Ahoy, every nerds, and welcome to The Sea of Souls, episode 31.
Yep.
31. We've surpassed the episode 30 mark, and we have 33 followers. So 2 streams from now we'll be at 33 and 33, unless of course we get more followers, which we're going to. So
let's make it a personal goal to never catch up.
Hey,
I like that. That's a good goal. Yeah. We'll be optimistic. Sounds good. Thank you for the optimism, Devin. But anyways, thank you for joining us. And we don't really have too much to announce this time around. We are still plugging away at our Patreon. Please join our Patreon. It's the best way to support us and to get some awesome perks as well, such as being able to influence the game live and have an impact on what happens, which is pretty cool. Yep. I think that being part of a community that's kind of like the draw, I think, right? That's what D&D is all about, is being with people and storytelling together. So if you want to become a co-storyteller with us, part of the story in our Sea of Souls campaign, then Patreon is the way to do that. You can check out all of our links at our link tree. It's got links to our Discord, to our YouTube, our Twitter, our Patreon, our Podbean. I'm probably forgetting something in there, but all the things are in there. So check it out if you haven't yet. Quick announcement: we will be off next week. So we were off last week due to a certain birthday. A certain individual who runs our stream had a birthday last week, so we can't really do the stream anyways. But yes, so belated happy birthday to Mike. We appreciate Mike for running all of the things. Mike runs all the things. Mike arts all the things too. So, and he plays the drums. I mean,
it's a little known fact that the M in MVP actually stands for Mike.
It's true. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. Mike, very posh.
Whoa, posh. I mean,
very important.
Very important, yes.
very important. But yes, next week being Valentine's Day ish, kind of around that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We will be off for next week, and then we'll be back coming after that. So we'll have another gap.
Of course, I wouldn't forget.
The next week is Valentine's Day. That's good.
But then otherwise we'll be sort of back to our schedule as regular. Following that. So yeah, instead of watching us, well, I guess you can still watch us next week. You can just watch VODs of us.
Yeah, catch up on the VOD.
If you love us that much that you want to spend your Valentine's Day with us, then I mean, thank you.
Could be a fun date activity.
It could
watch the stream.
It really could be.
Watch the VODs.
Watch the VODs. That's true. But yeah, that is all that I've got for announcement, like and such as. So, let's weigh anchor, mateys.
Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey, ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way, ho, the sea of souls. Way, oh, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey, ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey, ho, it's the sea of souls. Of soul.
All right, to recap where we are at for episode 31.
Stuff happened.
Boy, did it ever.
Focus, Mike. Focus.
Yeah.
It has never happened more than it has happened then.
Having fought your way through the guardians of the Void Gate, you entered and found yourselves on the shores of a somewhat ethereal river, watched over by more one-eyed guardians known as Nothics, and populated here and there by strange, soul-like husks, echoes of the living, reaching out to connect with you as you passed by, having some interesting effects on a few of you, draining your abilities seemingly at random. At the river's mouth, as two giant red lights, like eyes alit in the face-shaped rock, creatures speaking in unison, calling themselves the Heralds, appeared in the entrance and led you deeper within to a strange chamber dominated by the gargantuan skull of a strange alien being. The massive brain within the skull's caldera-like opening beat like a heart and spoke to you, questioning how you came upon the chaos magic that now runs through your veins and marks you as the Fractured. Unclear whether or not this entity was satisfied with your answers, you were nonetheless teleported back to the ruined glade surrounding the gate, where it appears that only seconds had passed in your world. Kamari still waiting on the other side of the archway, still wondering if you had started your investigation yet. Seemingly caught in mid-sentence. Taking a breather within the ruins, you must now decide what your report on the ruins will look like and how much of what you experienced you keep to yourselves and what you will relay to the Ivory Spire. Gentlemen. So you sit within the structure surrounding the Void Gate. Soft purple light still emanating from strange stones in the middle. Sky overhead is yours, again, familiar, just as a reminder. And a little bit of a strange, unnerving situation as you find yourselves wandering.
Remind me, we couldn't see Kamari through.
Correct. You do not see her on the other side of the archway.
Right.
I think finishing his prayer from the end of last session, Torque will get up and kind of like re-sling his anchor back onto his back onto its like holster and try to walk out of this area again.
Okay. You're just gonna head straight for the archway that you came in?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you step out of the archway, there's kind of a weird warm sensation, kind of a tingle, and it's strange. The scene in front of you doesn't change at all because you can see the forest beyond, the path that led you up to these ruins. But as soon as you step through, there's a little bit of shimmer, and Kamari's just kind of sitting, like resting up against a tree on a kind of half-fallen log. And as you step out, she just kind of leans up. Oh, you made it back through. Did you need something before you begin your investigation? It's also good to know that you can come back through. Yes, that's good.
I agree. This is valuable information. Dinar?
Yeah, Torque will also just defer to Dinar here. Like he's, as the first one out, he just looks at Kamari and just sort of deer in the headlights, just, Captain.
Well.
Talen's going to pull out a comb and start trying to get all the frizzed knots that have formed from stress.
Kamari,
Yes?
how long ago did we first step through this gateway?
Do you mean... I'm assuming you haven't been here before, so you mean...
Yeah, like when we arrived here with you.
About a minute ago?
A minute.
I believe so. I don't have that precise tracking of time, but it has not been more than a moment.
Okay. Well, Maybe not to share all the details right here. We've been gone longer than that.
Interesting.
Like, a while.
Did I fall asleep? I don't think I fell asleep.
No. This looks pretty much like what it looked like when we left. But more time has passed for us.
And it was moving real fast in there. Like, I seem to recall night approaching like that. And then suddenly there was stars. And then, yeah. So.
That is
like
curious.
something out of a dream or a nightmare.
Yeah.
Fascinating. When you passed through the archway, I could not see you on the other side. Could you see me?
No, and we tried to communicate with you, and it didn't work. Not until now, as we were approaching the exit after our journey.
This is strange. She kind of seems to just look off in the distance for a second. You can see the gears moving, so to speak, and she's just trying to work it all out. And then it seems as if a thought kind of occurs to her. She just eyes go out and she looks at you for a second. Would you mind if I determined if you are you?
By all means.
Okay. I'm just going to cast a few divination spells. I'm telling you so that you don't think I'm trying to do anything sneaky on you. I'm just going to cast some true seeing. I want to just make sure that you are not an illusion or something else you're not supposed to be. And you see her kind of reach in and pluck a feather actually from herself, like kind of from just under her coat. And she kind of pulls it, and as she pulls it, it seems to extend and grow, and it becomes this almost this golden string thread of magic, and she just kind of speaks an arcane word over it, and you can see her eyes kind of glaze over for a second. You are not an illusion. That is good. I can see that you are you.
Now I want one of those feathers even more.
No. Well, you are you, so that you're not an illusion or something else pretending to be the people that I brought here. So that much is good.
Well, that's great. It's always good to know that I am me and that he is he.
Would you like to tell me?
Sorry, I made this rubbing for you too, and I pull out the sheet of paper that I'd made a quick charcoal rubbing of one of the runes. It's like, here you go. Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you. What is this?
Is that a goblin thing?
I do not recognize. This looks very similar to the runes that I see on the archway here, but I do not understand what this says.
Yeah, me neither.
It is no symbol that I have ever seen before. I am a wizard. Your captain is one too.
It is a symbol that you have seen before. It's right there in front of your face.
Duh.
A joke, yes.
Kamari, we've been through a lot in there, so you'll have to forgive us if we're a little stupid.
Well, if a long time has passed for you and only a minute for me, then there is a disparity between our experiences.
I don't like the fact that I have significantly aged while no one else has.
I mean,
Did that happen?
Well, we all aged, I assume.
A couple of hours.
I have absolutely no evidence at all.
I was like mentally going through my notes, like, did that happen?
Even an hour older is one hour closer to old age for Talon.
That's the spirit.
I am very curious to know what it is that you experienced in there. Anything that you can relay that would give us insight as to what this archway is.
Well,
You've done studies on this archway. How much do you know? Like, how much have you been able to determine up till before we were able to go through?
Not much. It only appeared not that long ago.
The arch.
Yes, it was. We thought it was perhaps hidden by the forest, but it's whether or not it was stumbled upon or arrived, we're not sure, but it's been about 3 months or so since we first discovered the archway and decided that it should be investigated. And once we realized that there was some sort of magic or effect that was preventing travel through, and it piqued my curiosity, and I quickly determined that there was a connection of sorts to chaos magic, to Ataxian magic, which has a very soft emanation around this archway. Other than that, my investigations have been fruitless. These runes match no recorded language or script or arcane symbols that we have in our libraries.
Kamari, are you the only one studying this?
Studying the archway or studying the Ataxian magic?
Let's start with the archway.
Not the only one.
How many of you?
Just the primary at the moment. I have a small team working with me. I have, well, 3. I had 4, but I have 3 other junior wizards at the moment who are working with me.
And did the 4th go on vacation?
No, she died.
My condolences.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Did her death have anything to do with the archway?
No,
Natural causes?
no.
Okay. How about people working on the Chaos
spellcasting
Weave?
gone wrong.
Oh.
She tried to cast a spell that was well beyond her
yes.
level. It did
Poor
not go
Mel.
so well.
Poor Mel. She cast the wrong spell.
How
That
about
is a
Her name-
reference to the D&D Sega Genesis game.
Her name was not Mel. Her name was Thera.
Well, that doesn't rhyme with spell.
Ira?
I think
it
we
does
might be
not.
getting a bit off topic here.
No, shush.
You are right, Torque.
We would be happy to divulge details about what we experienced in there, but maybe this is not the greatest location to do that.
Well, Dinar,
Okay.
Yes, Dayland.
she may want us to go back in after we tell her everything, and if that's the case, then here would actually be better. I don't want to have to go through that walk again.
I agree. That's why I'm trying to get them to take us back to the spire.
If you do not wish to go back in the ruins at this point after what you've encountered, that is okay. I am not here to make you.
We could use a good debrief. Maybe a good meal. A sleep.
Well,
We can return back to Evanport.
we can go back. Well, first of all, I believe we're owed some money. Secondly,
Yes.
That's true.
yes. Quick question then. Who would we be giving this debriefing to and where?
Me?
Just you.
Yes.
Where?
Wherever you would like.
The Ivory Spire Treasure Vault.
Maybe not the treasure vault, but
Let me
Surely-
rephrase that. Wherever you would like, within permissible grounds and within reason.
how about just with your crack team of experts back at the Ivory Spire? I don't know how much of what we experienced in there you really want to share with Ebenport.
I'm curious now.
You weren't before?
Well, yes. I would like to ask you, this is awkward. Do you have reason to...
If she thinks it's awkward, we're in for a wallop.
Brace yourself.
Do you have reason to fear telling me what you saw?
No, but you do.
Perhaps we should debrief here. Are you worried about trusting this information with others?
We find you perfectly trustworthy, says Torque as he readies an insight check.
Sure, go ahead, give me an insight check.
6.
Quattro.
6.
To be honest, as a
Hard-
player can't even read her.
Hard to determine. That's intentional. Thank you. I'm glad it works. Hard to determine what the cause for questioning is. She is very eccentric, and it's hard to read her facial expressions. They don't necessarily match what you would
Look how calm she is.
generally be familiar with. So it's a little bit like, yeah, you're not sure why she's asking.
Look, Kamari, it's not a matter of fear of the wrong people hearing the information.
Well,
It's more the panic that could be induced with the spread of such information to people that are not prepared to hear it.
people are not smart. They're loud, crazy, panicked animals.
Do you speak from experience?
Yes.
I know I am.
Vast experience.
If you have reason to fear this information causing panic or...
Look, all I'm saying is we don't want to have to go have a meeting and then the next day see a bunch of people walking around the streets with sandwich boards crying that the end is nigh.
Oh, that is
Then
ominous.
maybe we should resume this conversation somewhere more private. If there's anyone else who this information would be privy to,
We're literally in the middle of nowhere.
I mean,
I can make this as private as we need.
Oh,
talk
goody.
and talk. You know, that's
Yeah, all right. Let's get this over with.
yeah, let's do that.
And you hear within your minds, since in the real world, less than 1 hour has passed, the telepathic bond which you created with the four of you is still active. And she begins speaking in your mind. We can simply speak inwardly. I guarantee you that your thoughts are protected from outward intrusion at the moment.
I look over at the archway. Sure.
All right.
Well, let's first start, I think, with the very beginning. We go through this here portal, and before our eyes is a vista of colors, kaleidoscopic contours, rippling in every single color, and some that you can't even see with your own naked eye, passing through the air like shimmering fish upon the breeze.
You
Yeah,
saw
magic
fish.
pool.
Languid with concentrated magic essence itself, writhing and sliming, and with eddies and flows, the likes of which even our own blood could not hope to imagine creating.
You saw slimy
Sailing.
fish in there?
Sailing across these are the ships of imagination and dreams, nightmares, and thought itself.
I like to think every few sentences that Talon says, Torque provides like a translation after. Where he's like, we were in a space. It was very dark. There were a lot of little pools of water around.
A vast dome creeping to the sky and clawing at the very clouds, etched with languages lost to all but the most wisest of ancient sages.
It looked like that
Rippling
one behind us.
around with moss growing along it as if claws encasing around a heart of an ancient beast.
It was very big.
I'm assuming this goes on. This
This
Yeah.
continues. I mean, I could keep going, but I don't want to repeat.
Thanks, Poe. After the back and forth, and she kind of, how much? Let me ask, how much do you tell her?
So
is there anything that you?
I think the idea here is
keep back?
we want to give the we're gonna Tayland at the very least is going to lie through omission. Only going to detail what the absolute bare minimum to kind of gauge reactions, and then build off of information that she might have on this. I think we want to hold off on the whole meeting an elder god thing until we absolutely have to divulge that.
Yeah.
And we're definitely leaving out the part where I nearly died.
To that end, for Torque, for his translation, for his like chiming in, he does not provide any additional information.
Just clarification.
He just rephrases what Talon has already said.
So 2 solid minutes of how awesome the fight was with these horrible creatures that are described to be 7 feet tall and made of tentacles. Eyes sprouting all over their body, shooting disintegration rays every 2 seconds.
That part is actually accurate.
We talk about the teleport, like sort of the weird teleportation to ancient caverns, and witnessing the echoes, and then we kind of talk about. I think what we would say is we meandered about there for a while. Did not really come to any answers about the Ataxian fracture within us, but did come to understand more about its current manifestation, and then we're shunted back here.
So by sheer accident, we were plopped.
No, I think it's more so that we just don't mention the whole, like, we explored around. We can say we went through a gate and then it re-emerged here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that is true.
I like that. Lies of omission.
Yes, we went through the mouth, and then shortly thereafter, we came back here.
I have a feeling we probably will end up divulging the entire story. It's really more of a trying to gauge her reaction as we go through this and see if she has anything to add. Because what Talon is looking for is hopefully, some kind of sign of either understanding or recognition, or on the opposite end of that, sheer unadulterated shock. Because at that point, we have something very good, and I want to haggle for better payment.
Gotcha. All right. Talon.
Although Dinar and Flick, you guys can interject with whatever you want at any point.
I mean, I'm going to be watching her body language while we're having the psychic conversation to see if she has any sort of physical tells over the course of the...
Pretty much the entire time that Talon is describing, she just kind of goes...
She's doing the dog cocked head thing, yeah.
And then kind of looks over to Torque. And then, like, when he gives his description, she's like...
Just, nods of approval.
Dinar? Are you adding anything to this? Doing anything different?
I think Dinar is basically sitting on the edge of his seat, waiting for Talon to say something that he doesn't want Talon to say. Based on Devin's description, Talon's not yet. Talon hasn't said anything yet that Dinar doesn't want to divulge. So Dinar is going to be perhaps a little anxious, watching
to be
Talon
honest,
as he telepathically speaks.
I'm kind of wondering if, like, she might know where we went.
Well,
like what that place is.
Yeah.
Okay. Talon.
Aye, sir.
We'll give you advantage because of Torque's help. Give me a deception check, please.
Oh, I can do this.
I watched Greg roll as you were spinning your story, so.
Nailed it.
22.
Ooh.
22. Okay. Bards! Possibly just because of the sheer confusion of information that you're sending, she's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's almost intentional.
The old Chewbacca defense.
Flick, you can give me a investigation check if you'd like to read her body language. Sorry, insight. To read her body language through all of this.
And solid 6.
Oh. Hey, that's what I got.
Mm-hmm.
These owl folk are very hard to read.
Bird lady, got it.
she kind of takes a lot, pretty much everything that you're saying in, and not much passes over her in the way of shock or suspicion, or she just kind of takes it all in. And when you're done describing, she just kind of sits there for a second. She goes, "Well, that is a lot of curious information. That is not at all what I expected to be in such what seemingly is a small space, but it sounds as though you were teleported to an entirely different realm altogether."
That's kind of what we were thinking.
That might explain the temporal difference.
Indeed.
And the time thing.
Yeah,
Many of the
time
planes
thing, sorry.
Many of the planes and the realms that surround us, time moves a little bit differently, such as the Feywild, the Shadowfell, and the Abyss, even the Nine Hells, the inner planes, the lower planes. Well, pretty much all of them. Time is a interesting thread that weaves through them at different thicknesses and pace. Sorry, when I begin to speak of the abstract and ethereal, I get a little
No, I think I get it.
lost.
Life is a waste of time. Time is a waste of life. So get wasted all the time and you'll have the time of your life.
No.
I've heard time described as more of a soup than a thread.
I prefer the hourglass method.
Well, I'm not really
I
sure
don't
what
follow.
to make of the information.
As far as I was aware, time is a thing that you use to season stuff.
Wrong time, Talon.
There it is.
Yeah.
You
There
do
it
need
is.
no, you do need plenty of time to make anything work. You can't bake something without time because the time is needed to make it bake properly.
Hey, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward.
all the creatures that we fought.
Save me from this.
All the creatures that we fought in this other realm.
Mm-hmm.
I know that above table we all saw the names that were what they were.
Mm-hmm.
Did we, as the characters,
Jeff
pick
Wrangler.
up on what they were, or perhaps what they might be called?
The names of them, no, they were nothing like anything you'd ever seen before.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember if you did a
I think the only thing we maybe got a name for was
Arcana
the
check or anything
Herald.
a little bit. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
We can say this is retcon.
I kind of want to name drop something and see if it perks Kamari at all. So what am I rolling here? Arcana?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's cocked. That sucks. That was a 16. That's a 19.
Ooh.
Plus 7, so 26.
Okay. All of the creatures that you encountered were of an abyssal nature. That much you know.
Oh, okay.
Well,
And-
we'll include that.
Okay.
After all, why would I ever give up an opportunity to explain that I am a great hero who has defeated abyssal wretches?
There you go. Do you describe any of the creatures at all?
That depends. Does anyone correct Talon's description? Does Talon describe... I don't know if you all have opened the Ravenloft book and look at the unspeakable horror, but as far as he's concerned, they all look like that.
Now, how did he speak it if it was... Anyway.
That's a fair point.
So do you give any specific descriptions of any of the...
Does telepathy only work where like we can only send like thought words, or can we send like thought images?
Ooh, good question.
Let me look at the specifics of the spell and see if it... You can communicate telepathically through the bond. It doesn't say you speak, it just says communicate telepathically.
So I guess it's the MPF then.
I would say you can't paint like, a Van Gogh for her, but I mean, you can probably give like a pretty paint a decent picture. Like think, this is what I think.
Okay. I mean, I didn't get a good look at all of them. I only got a good look at a Nothic.
Okay.
So I can at least kind of throw a bit of a dreamlike visage of such a creature.
Okay. All right. So you try to just outline this creature, like central eye, that kind of idea.
Maybe Flick can do an illustration.
Oh yeah, I could totally minor illusion one up in my hand.
Ooh.
Oh, well, there we go.
There we go. Okay.
I was hoping for more like crayon drawings, but that's also good.
The illusion can look like it was made with a crayon.
No, it'll
That's
slowly
fair.
resolve. I'll start with the crayon drawing.
He keeps his signature art style.
There we go. She does seem to show some recognition at this. She looks at the image, the illusion, and goes, "Oh." I'm thinking she outwardly, "Oh," and then telepathically, "I have not encountered one of these creatures, but I have read descriptions of them. They are abyssal servants of typically other entities of the abyss and the far realm and the void and other strange planes of existence. Curious. If you encountered them, that means that somebody or something was watching you through them. They transmit their thoughts, the secrets that they learn of those who they gaze upon to whoever they are linked to, whoever they are bonded with."
Is this all stuff you can learn in books at the Ivory Spire?
If we
Some of
could,
it, yes.
if we could walk that back for a second, you're saying that these creatures have the ability to magically obtain our secrets.
Yes.
Silently, Torque is just suddenly very appreciative that all of them are either dead or in another dimension. He gives a little sigh of relief.
You and me both, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, the big guy, he started out, talking a sweet game and all, but he kind of turned on us at the end there. He was convincing to start, though.
The big
And
guy.
And I'll manifest the what was he, the Thrasher, the Lasher, the
Mangler.
Angler. There we go.
Jeff
The
Mangler.
Throngler.
Jeff Mangler.
Jeff Mangler.
Mangler Industries.
Oh my. That's a lot of arms.
See, that's what we thought.
Well, I think it's best that we keep these descriptions between us for the moment. I'm going to be very open with the four of you.
Excellent.
Do not trust everybody connected with the Ivory Spire.
Way ahead of you.
There are issues at the moment which I do not want to get into, but I hope that you will trust me when I say that I have no ill intent towards you.
With
In
all
fact, I feel a little bit protective of you now.
with all due respect, that is your word against theirs. However, we have no reason to distrust you as of yet.
I will not share this information with certain colleagues of mine. I will pass on the basic descriptions that you gave me, leaving out certain details.
In like lies of omission, that kind of thing. That's pretty clever.
Precisely the way that you told me the story, omitting certain things.
That seems
I do not-
reasonable.
Pretty clever.
I do not hold it against you. Do not worry. I understand that you likely have your reasons.
And how do we know that we can trust you?
I suppose you do not know whether you truly can or not, but since you've already told me what you saw on the other side, I assume that you trust me at least somewhat. Enough to divulge that much to me.
I mean, cat's out of the bag now, so it's just a question of what you do with it.
You're also paying us for the information.
Oh, yes.
There's a bit of a difference.
Kamari,
Yes.
this archway, this gateway to what is sounding more and more like the abyssal realm.
Wacky land.
Sure. And Dinar's gonna make direct eye contact with Kamari. What do you think the chances are that this is not natural?
Well, it's created of stone and
No, I mean...
strange arcane runes, so it did not grow.
I mean, you're telling us not to trust everybody at the Ivory Spire.
Yes.
What are the chances that some of your colleagues are making this happen?
Non-existent.
Explain.
Well, when I say not to trust everybody, I mean that there are many different ideals and, well, I cannot get into all the details, but people have their own agendas. Nobody in our tower has the ability to manifest a gate to an unknown abyssal realm such as this one.
That you know of.
True. We do not have this kind of magic at our disposal.
Do I believe her?
Give me an insight check.
Do you mind if we indulge in a bit of academic questioning? Are you a professor? Do you teach? You said you had students?
I do not have students. I have 3
Interns?
junior wizards who work with me. Junior associates, if you will.
You help educate them.
I suppose in a way that is accurate, yes?
Do you like to educate the dumb masses? Is that a thing you enjoy doing?
Please be forthright with your question.
I have an education question. Hypothetically, what sort of things could you do with a very large shipment of iron and dragon scales?
Ooh.
I mean, those can be used for a variety of
Yeah, I got time.
purposes.
Flick, get some notebooks. Get your notebook out. Get some note.
I'm on it.
I am curious as to the reasoning or the source of your inquiry.
Is academic purposes, as I said.
I am not at liberty to discuss all of the types of rituals and research that we perform at the Ivory Spire, especially since you are not members of the Spire, that would be a breach of protocol and betraying the trust of those who perform such things there. I would like to trust the 4 of you.
Here's a question then. What if Dinar wanted to become one of the Ivory Spire people that works with you? Would he then be allowed to know all of these things and get access to the library? Is this like a thing where you can write him up a letter of recommendation or something?
You can, without an insight check, you can see her closing up really quickly right now and just seemingly very put off by the intensity of your questioning, and she's kind of just withdrawing. You can see that her physically, she's like, I do not appreciate the
Sorry, it's
your
not every
questioning
day
is
I get to talk to a high-level wizard.
Torque will just kind of like sidle up and say, I don't think we should be pulling on that thread anymore, Tayland.
All right. Just thought it was worth a shot, you know? You could learn things. I like learning things.
it is very hard to ruffle my feathers, so to speak. You have started questioning into very specific things, very pointedly, very aggressively.
Just asking questions.
No, you are not just asking questions. There is method behind it, which I do not trust at the moment.
Well,
because you were hiding
yourself,
something.
Everybody has an agenda.
She cuts off the telepathic bond immediately.
All right.
Dinar, I think we are done here.
I did it again, Fix. I'm sorry.
I would like to apologize on behalf of this one here, Joshua and Tayland. This whole experience has been rather harrowing. Tayland specifically very nearly lost his life in the ordeal.
Hey,
so his mind may be out of sorts at the moment. So forgive him for his mouth moving faster than his brain, as it were.
All right, how about this? There's a little bit more information we can divulge as a sign of mutual trust. And we can share that with you, show that we are willing to trust you with very, very powerful knowledge. And then you can help us out by just alleviating some things that we're worried about. And we can both be of greater peace of mind.
He turns and looks directly at you, Dinar.
Captain.
You are the captain, they call. The leader of this group.
You can say imbeciles. It's okay.
Yes, I suppose I am the captain.
For the moment, my discussion will be with you, and you alone.
Right. Tayland, let's go get you something to drink. As Torque will just kind of like take Tayland by the arm and start walking him back towards the town before he can do any more damage.
I would suggest that you stay put for a moment, please. We are not finished. I merely need to have a conversation with your captain.
You are our current employer. I'll go have a seat then. Torque is sort of unnerved by all this. He's just going to sit down and just watch intently.
Dinar.
Yes.
Would you allow me to create a telepathic bond with you and you alone at the moment?
Dinar will look back at the group. Yeah, all right.
She goes into her spell casting again and performs the very similar ritual that she had before for creating the telepathic bond. And you feel kind of a connection in your mind as that presence is there. Your group speaks a lot of trust, and yet I sense nothing but distrust from you. You hide things. You ask questions that you should not even know. unless you were peeking or peering into things outside of your realm of knowledge. And yet, you want me to divulge this information to you, while you withhold information from me. You can understand why I am a little bit uneasy at the moment with how this is proceeding.
It's understandable that you're perhaps a little bit put off by some of our party members. Donar will take a quick glance, but stop himself before looking at Talon directly.
We can't hear any of this, so we'd have no
No, of
context
course,
for it
no.
either.
No context, yep.
Context, though, would help you understand our crew a little bit better. We are not a well-bonded crew through years of experience together, through recruitment or through any kind of process like that. We are a ragtag group of adventurers who, although very different beginnings, have met very similar fates throughout our lives. Our journey together started with a trip across the Sea of Souls to bring your ivory spire an inordinate amount of materials quickly. And
Yes.
it was a harrowing journey. We were paid. We knew what we were getting into, but it was a difficult journey. From there,
I imagine.
we have seen an entire crew be wiped out by whatever this black stuff is coming out of the sea. We've seen our captain lose his mind. We've seen creatures who apparently are fractured like us do weird things that we've never seen before. We've
You have
almost
met other
died on
fractured?
multiple occasions. Yes, we've met other fractured. We've
Fascinating.
encountered ancient dwarven ghosts. We've almost died on multiple occasions, many of us. Talon on multiple occasions. One time from bugs alone. It was a whole mess. We have been through a lot, and we haven't really had a reason to go through the things other than coin. Now, we've been thrust into this idea that we've been somehow touched by the other planar worlds and stuff, and it's affected who we are. And we're just supposed to go in here and do this and come back out and get paid for it. I think we're all just a little bit at the end of our rope with not getting answers for why we're doing what we're doing. Are we harsh and brash? Yeah. We're tough to deal with. A lot of us would agree with that we are each tough to deal with. But contextually, I hope that helps you understand a little bit about maybe where we're coming from. I'll also say this. We haven't been on the sea for a couple of days, so Talon is basically at the end of his rope.
I appreciate your forthrightness.
I can't shake the feeling that they're both talking about me.
Wonder why.
May I offer you some advice, Donar,
Sure.
that you may share with your crew?
Okay.
Being distrustful and suspicious of everyone and everything is a miserable way to live. I speak from experience. I do not believe I had given you any reason to distrust me up to this point. I had been quite honest and forthcoming with you, and I could tell immediately upon your recollection of what you experienced beyond the gate that you were hiding things from me. Could not tell what. But there was definitely things you wished not to discuss, which is fine.
Well,
But to pretend that there is not, or to take me for perhaps naive, which, trust me, I understand that I come across as to many people because of my mannerisms. I would like to trust you. but you must do the same.
I can tell you that our issues of trust are not specifically to you. Our concerns are with the Spire itself, and as a member of the Spire, that's where it bleeds down to you. I'd say it's not personal, but
I see.
it's going to come out as personal either way.
I understand.
Dinar will go into a little bit more of a description about the big, bad entity brain thing that we saw on the other side.
Okay.
As best as Dinar can recall.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Flick is going to be entertaining, trying to keep Talon distracted a little bit, doing a little capering, little dancing, and making the little song with this. It'll be great. Hey, check this out. I just figured this one out. And he's dancing around, and yeah.
Can you do it in D sharp minor?
I'm on it. Tune me.
Dinar, as you give this description of the entity, for any of you who are... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I want to make sure that, because I made a note of writing it down, that I'm going to very specifically mention that this entity called itself We.
Okay. You can mentally feel kind of like her tense up. Torque, are you watching Flick's entertainment or are you watching the conversation?
Torque is watching the conversation. He is very protective of the captain, as we know.
Yeah, I was going to say, Torque's like the bodyguard. Yep.
That's what I assumed. Give me an insight check.
You got it.
I assume you're like watching this, like what's happening.
Yeah. Whether or not he can discern the subtle tells of just two people making very intense eye contact, we will see. Well, that's a 5, so I'm guessing not.
No.
Harsh.
He just sees two people standing just completely still, just staring at each other. He's like, this is intense, even for me.
For the purposes of this, I'll go with your passive insight of 12. Because you're watching so intently, and it's hard to miss. You're not exactly sure what's behind it, but it's hard to miss her body suddenly kind of go like rigid a little bit, and you can see her eyes go a little bit wide at part of the conversation, and you can kind of see there's like a physical worry or reaction to something that is passing between the captain and her.
Burke is just going to kind of try and see if he can just, like, in Dinar's, like, peripheral vision, kind of give him, like, a nonverbal cue to sort of just, like, back off from whatever he is saying right now, or, like, to dial it back. Again, he doesn't really know the context, so he's just signaling to the captain, like, you know, like perhaps a gentler touch here is needed, sort of thing. So he's just like,
oh, I see. So you're picking up on the fact that whatever I'm saying is making Kamari really tense.
Yes.
I see. I see. Okay. Yep.
Right.
So he's going to try and non-verbally communicate to Dinar to maybe walk it back a little bit.
Dang, I was about to go much further.
All right. Give me a. You're trying to get his attention. He's locked in, so I say on Dinar's point, this will be. Just give me a perception check. See if you pick up on this or not.
Oh, Dinar is shockingly unperceptive. Proven by the roll. That's a 4 plus 1, 5.
Passive of 11. So,
yeah.
You're pretty intent on the description. You kind of catch Torque like doing something in your peripheral, but not fully picking up on it.
Torque's just doing this.
It's like he's just scratching his neck, you know, he's got an itch or something.
Yeah, like Kamari looks over and he's just like, mosquitoes.
As you give the description, Kamari is silent for a moment. And then out loud, she addresses all four of you. Well, I do think it best that what transpired beyond the archway, your encounter with this entity, remain between the five of us for the moment.
Permission
There
to
are certain individuals at the Spire who would attempt to use this information for their own gains, or who would seek to get more out of you by any means necessary. Not all of us are of the same mind when it comes to certain morals and ethical practices, unfortunately.
You don't say.
permission to speak freely, Captain.
Let's hear it, Torque.
Mistress Kamari, on behalf of the rest of the crew, I would like to thank you for your professionalism and your willingness to keep what has happened here between us. We will be sure to take your advice to heart regarding the other members of the Ivory Spire. And to that end, once payment has been collected, we will be sure to sail off from this port, preferably before any other members of the Ivory Spire get the chance to corner us with any follow-up questions.
I believe I can assist with that in more ways than one.
That would be incredible. Thank you again.
As long as we get paid first.
Yes, of course, money being the most important thing. Let us return to Ebonport at this point, and once we are there, we'll see that you are safely within town, that your payment will be delivered to you, and I will do my best to keep others away from querying you about your experiences.
Is there any advice or wisdom you could impart with your years of expert knowledge on such things that might help us to understand this fractured thing more? I'd hate for your only potential research subjects to end up at the bottom of the lake somewhere, bottom of the ocean somewhere, because we didn't know what we were doing.
Be aware of oddities in each other's actions, strange abilities or powers that may arise that are unusual, physical attributes that might change as well, possibly. The fractures can manifest in innumerable ways, just like they do in the world. When a fracture occurs, the type of magic or effect that transpires is random, it would seem, such as chaos is.
But as far as I understand, there's nothing we can do about it. Just keep an eye out for it.
Yes.
Great. Is there anything we should avoid doing to prevent it from getting worse?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't believe there is an action or lack of action that affects the chaos magic that permeates your very being now. It simply is chaotic, does what it will.
Final question. Are you able to remove any Ataxian curses from any of us? Or items thereof?
Interesting.
And
I'm surprised that you would ask such a question of one that you do not trust.
Talon will pull his pistol out from his... the chaos pistol out from his vest pocket. As far as I understand, this is how I became fractured, unless I'm wrong.
You are wrong.
I am that mostly, quite often, yes. This can't be good for my health. Is this thing gonna do anything weird?
You do not trust me.
I don't trust anybody.
I will refrain from answering until you learn to
Don't take
trust.
it personally.
You should not ask help from people that you do not trust. That is my advice.
Fair enough.
Let us make our way back to port, please.
Let's shall.
Talon, you can give me an insight on that if you want.
Sure. Always happy to make insight checks on NPCs I don't trust.
So all of them?
I was gonna say all
Yes.
of the NPCs then.
17.
You pick up on the hidden nuance in there. The essentially her saying like, why expect her to help if you're not willing to trust? There's this kind of, she's like,
Because it's
you
a
really don't
catch-22.
trust me, and you want my help, but you don't want my help.
Because it's a catch-22
So-
that I can't trust her until she proves herself trustworthy by
Yeah.
helping me.
And she's aware of, and she's aware of that, so she's kind of throwing that back at you.
She's
Yeah.
a lot smarter than Talon thinks she is.
Yeah, so she's kind of throwing that back at you, basically.
Are we heading back at the moment then?
I think
All
so,
right.
yeah.
Yes. So, for expedience purposes, let's.
Oh, I was gonna say on the way back, Torque kind of wanted to, walk a bit slower and kind of gesture for Dinar to
Sure.
to walk with him at the back of the procession.
Okay.
While they're having their chat, I'm going to loop arms with Talon and have a private chat with him too. So when you're done,
Permission
Okay.
to speak freely, Captain.
Kamari just walks at the front, kind of noticing that there's conversation happening, so she just kind of steps forward a little bit and
Yep.
keeps a distance at the front, respectfully.
What's on your mind, Torque?
What the fuck was that? I lived in isolation on an island for 10 whole years. And somehow my ability to pick up on social cues is somehow more developed than yours. This is worrying.
Not really sure I understand what you're saying, Torque.
I'm not sure what happened in that conversation back there, but Kamari became noticeably less at ease during your private conversation with her. I'm not sure what was said during that conversation, but you may wish to reconsider how you present ourselves to others if we wish to continue to make healthy alliances.
Torque, if you were the guy outside and the group of people came back and explained what it was that we saw on the other side of that gate, how do you think you would have responded? Shocking? Maybe a little
Most
frightened?
likely, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, she was obviously frightened by the news. I don't know if that was because of how frightening it was or because she thought of the folks back at the Spire that can't be trusted and might try to abuse whatever it was that we saw on the other side. But I don't know. It was shocking information, and you know what? We kind of need an ally in the Ivory Spire, so...
I agree as well.
Overshared, but
Forgive my misgivings, Captain. Any criticisms that I have towards you are only to better cultivate you for the role as our leader.
look it. I have never been in charge before. I am the guy that gets told to do what to do. I'm the guy that's protecting everybody else on the ship from elemental things. So, if you're noticing that I'm going way off into the deep end, I'm alright with you bringing me back from time to time.
Not to make a point of leveraging my age and experience over the rest of the crew, but this is not my first rodeo, so to speak.
He's a rodeo clown.
At the helm or in a crew?
In my previous crew, before my marooning, I held the title of quartermaster.
And why was it that you were stripped of that title? If you don't mind my asking.
Probably, Captain, because every other member of the crew currently rests at the bottom of the ocean. I believe that may be something we have in common.
Dinar's head's gonna kind of sink a little bit.
Like, oh. But
Well, you wouldn't be wrong. But why is it that your ship's at the bottom of the ocean?
Perhaps we did something to anger the gods. Or one god in particular. We should probably rejoin the group now, before they get suspicious. I imagine Kamari was probably listening in on this entire conversation regardless, but best to keep up appearances, as I've said.
Okay.
Thank you for your time, Captain, as Torque kind of just picks up his stride to rejoin the group.
It's shockingly
all right. Lick.
So yeah, I sort of hook arms with Talon to sort of, hey buddy, how you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm always fine. You know me.
Yeah.
I'm the king of fine right here.
You know that chip on your shoulder is gonna start costing us real money someday.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, okay? To be fair, she seemed like she was very easily persuaded.
Yeah, I know. Like, listen, like when we're fighting the establishment and throwing down the hierarchy, you know I got you back, right? But this wizard thing, it's... Hey, you know what? It ain't even about wizards. Like, you work with D and me, and you got no problem with that.
No, it's the whole Ivory Spire thing. I mean, she said it herself. They've got people there who are... I mean, look, if we're asking... they're not willing to teach us or tell us secrets of how the world works unless we're part of them. Now, if that ain't some serious level of gatekeeping, I don't know what is.
Yeah, it's even simple. It's just simpler than that.
Flick,
you got a problem.
The only reason you know anything about magic is because of that book. There was no way, and I mean this in the nicest of ways, that you were going to learn them any other way.
Absolutely true. My counterpoint to you is you ain't got a problem with magic users. You got it. It's real simple. You got a problem with a guy with a plan. And not just a plan that you aren't privy to. That really gets your goat. When you don't know the details, when you're not in on the secret. So like what's your issue? Like, were you wronged by a project manager in your past or something? Like what's
Let's just say I've had my fair share of being tossed around by those with power and not enough empathy.
I hear that, buddy. Just next time you're pissing a wizard off, just take a step back, and rather than doing your eloquent dance of words and trying to ensnare them in your net, direct approach. Just stop and say, hey, buddy, what's your plan? See how it pans out. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's worth a shot. Nothing else has worked.
And if they say, I ain't going to tell you, then we go from there. If we got a crackheads, then we got a crackheads. But we got to stop pissing off the paychecks.
You got a point there. I'm running out of booze money. This whole experience has drained my entire reserve.
And with that, I'll sort of let the others catch up with us and resume our trip back.
Okay. As you make your way back to port, following the road out of the sort of more rougher hills and into the woodlands, before kind of reaching the more sparse ground up ahead, you notice probably about 100 yards ahead or so, as you kind of round a bend in the woods, that there is a rather large tree that has fallen across the path, one that was not there on your way.
That ain't suspicious at all.
Kamari kind of stops and looks ahead, and she's, oh, that is interesting.
Torque is going to inspect the base of the fallen tree. Like, does it look like it just naturally snapped?
Well,
or does it look like it was like maybe cut down with a saw?
Let's bring you to said tree.
I mean, just going off the map, that kind of looks like it was cut with a saw. However,
so are you looking from a distance at it, or are you trying to get close to see?
I will look from this distance here.
Okay. So from that distance, you're not really close. I'd say give me perception then to kind of.
I will.
Actually, no. You're looking for a very specific. So give me investigation.
I'm less thrilled about that, but I'll still do it.
Because you're looking for the manner of how it transpired.
Oh,
so yeah.
yes.
Ooh, 18.
That was almost a 3.
I have the 3D dice enabled, and on my screen that just like was almost a 3.
It was on the 3. I know. I watched it too. It's like
tapped it in, yeah.
So here's the thing. It was not cut with a saw. It wasn't natural either. So something did knock this tree down. And it does seem to be intentional, but you're not exactly sure how it was knocked over. But it definitely wasn't just like, oh, it fell.
Flick.
Torque is going to take out his maul and then very pointedly looking back at the others say, don't worry, I will move this tree from our path. This will take but a moment.
Like, do your eyes see anything like a prime ambush spot or something? I'm noticing some cliffs here, many trees.
Yeah, so we got sort of bushes along the path here. This is a raised area to our right. But
I say,
there.
Flick, you take the low ground, I'll take the high ground. We do some perception.
Yeah. Oh, Craig, quick question. Over the course of our trip, could that have counted as a short rest? Because I realize I am at half hit points and would like to spend some hit dice if I could.
So if you guys will recall, you were given the benefits of a long rest when you entered the brain chamber.
And then
So you should
Taylor
be
got
at full.
blasted back to 1.
Taylor got blasted back to 1, yes.
Okay.
So he would need to recover, but you were given the benefits of a long rest.
I did not recall that.
I think
I
did get healed a bit though, so I'm not terrible.
Craig,
Very good.
this is
Yes.
what I would like to do.
Okay.
Torque has an ability called Feral Instinct, which means that if I am surprised at the start of a combat initiative but not incapacitated, I can act normally on my turn as long as I rage before I do anything else. For that reason, I think Torque is the best person for this job to kind of go ahead and try and move the log and then see if, he gets if anyone tries to ambush us while he's doing that.
Okay.
And I think me and Flick would like to make a perception check around the area to see if we can notice anything that's not quite correct.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
I'll get the TV to do that. Dinar, what are you doing? So Torque has kind of approached the log, then this kind of gives you the moment to sort of grip you. You do watch as Kamari casts a mage armor spell on herself. She just kind of notices the tension. She goes, "Oh my!" So you see a little bit of a shimmer kind of surround her momentarily.
I think
and you roll double digits.
Seeing Kamari do that, I think Dinar is actually going to do the same. Throw up a mage armor on himself.
Okay. So Torque, are you focusing on the log, or are you kind of like actively? You're trying to like play that you're.
I know Torque knows that if he's surprised, he's covered, and he knows that the others are looking out for danger. So he is just going to focus on moving the log, because on the slim chance that we can just move this log and carry on with our day, that's also, good.
Okay. So give me a perception check as you near this log and you get much closer to it.
Okay. Nat 20 for a total
Natural
of 20. For a total of 25.
Nice.
25. Okay. It immediately becomes very clear to you that this tree was pushed down in a manner of speaking by incredible force. And not only was it knocked over, but looking down now you can see cleverly hidden that essentially been sort of anchored in place as well. There's like wooden like spikes that have been kind of like driven into the ground at certain spots to try and effectively make it extremely difficult to lift, kind of intentionally causing this blockade and making it not an easy thing to get past. And as you're doing that, as you're kind of looking down with that roll, you do hear off to your left a kind of a rustle in the bushes. Flick, you're looking down.
I was looking in this sort of direction.
Okay. So you don't necessarily see anyone out of the ordinary there. There is a strange smell kind of just on the air. You're not exactly sure what it is at first, and you're like, it's definitely not a fresh smell. It's almost got a little bit of rot or decay to it.
Rotten flesh?
Possibly more like the latter, like something, the smell of something dead.
So undead, not lunch. Got it.
Tayland, you do not see any movement up on the ledge, the higher ledge. Nothing seems to be amiss in that direction. Torque, as you are, how do you react? So you hear a sound off to the left. What do you do?
This tree, was it kind of like dead before it got knocked over? Like, is this like old dry wood, or was this tree like fairly fresh when it got cut down?
It is a fresh tree. Like fresh oak, thick tree. Yeah.
I think as a show of force, I think he's just gonna like hold his maul in both hands and with a big overhead swing just try and like bring it down on the tree in an attempt to like snap it.
Okay. Go ahead and just give me a straight attack, I guess.
I'm not going to rage because I need that if I'm surprised, but I will make a reckless attack.
Okay.
26.
26 or 26? Which one do you want to use?
We make this joke many times, which is weird that we always roll the same number, but
I know, it's so funny. I mean, yeah, it's you hit it. It's a tree. So go ahead. You can deal your damage to it.
Ignore all that. Just 11 bludgeoning.
11. All right. So this isn't like a door, right? Like this was in its prime, fresh like oak tree. So
yeah,
you do 11 points of bludgeoning damage. That's like a dent. That's a pretty good dent, but it's still just a dent because this is a friggin' massive tree. And as you hit that, you hit down and it's like, poof, and that kind of echoes out. There's like a bit of a cracking sound, and that thud just kind of echoes out.
Do I hear anything from the direction where I heard something off to the left?
So as soon as your anchor ball kind of hits the tree, just a split second after that, you hear the sound of a crossbow latch releasing. As you see a figure come out from behind the tree. Actually, you can just kind of see. You can just make out. Yeah, you can just barely see. Yeah, so like just kind of hidden behind the tree over here. You see a figure just kind of come out and just there's a massive crossbow in his hands as he just releases it in your direction. And so I'm going to say that you guys are not surprised because you were kind of on guard and like you were perceptive and kind of got right into it. But he does get this attack off on you.
Well, he'll make it with advantage because I just did a reckless attack.
Yeah. He's 15.
Still misses.
Yeah. So you managed to, just because you're aware, you see the crossbow and you just kind of managed to just move out of the way as it shoots right past you and hits the wall on the far side. And you just kind of hear like a and a whistle. And there's some rustling in the bushes around. So we are going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay. Craig, you'll have to add me in just because I have to roll twice for my initiative and I don't want it to like overwrite. So apologies.
You there?
Whoa.
Well, 9 or 11. I'll take the 11.
Kamari is going to be an 11 there as well. Ooh. 21 for the bandit. All right. So, sorry, Torque, you got a 11?
11, yeah.
Craig, I rolled 22, but the bandit, if it rolled a nat 20, doesn't it still go before me?
I don't play it that way.
Oh, okay.
Nat 20 is only affects attacks.
Okay.
Damage, stuff like that. No, it doesn't. A nat 20 on a skill check isn't a automatic.
Right. Okay.
Crit. Despite how some people play it, that's actually not the rules.
It'd be fun to get double your modifier or something on a nat 20. Then just
okay, Nay. It's like roll me a perception check. Natural 20. You perceive so hard, you see through space and time, and see out the back end of their head. All right, so Dinar, you do get the jump. As you see all this happening, and you kind of see that crossbow bolt go, and you kind of look down, and you can just kind of make out a figure behind there. I'm going to, since Torque is right by the tree, however, I'm going to go ahead and remove this part of it.
Okay.
Since Torque can kind of see that.
So
you can kind of see him coming out of the woods there.
So is it fair to say that I can see that target? Or maybe I need to move a little bit?
From where you are, you would need to move. You have a general idea of kind of where it came from, but yeah.
All right, then. Dinar is going to take a little dash over this side. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I see it from there? There's a trunk in my way like the whole way.
Maybe
from there I could see it.
As long as you can see it. You
Okay.
can see him there. Whatever your vision shows you, that's the way the dynamic lighting works on there, right? Like I've put it, so if you can see him, you can see him.
Okay.
You may have some cover, but you can see him.
All right. So Dinar is going to make a run over towards the tree on this side, and then as Dinar gets to here, Dinar will throw out a 3rd level magic missile at the bandit character.
Okay.
So some illusory ships, now the shape of the not the Intrepid Devil. What is our ship called? The Radiant Dawn.
Radiant Dawn.
I'll say they're a nice
The Radiant Devil. Wait, what?
Caribbean blue color now coming out of the out of there.
Cerulean.
So 5 dice here, so that's 4. That's another 4. 8. 2 is 10. Plus another 3 and a 1 is 4. So 14 plus 5 force damage to that target. And that's a level
So 19. Okay.
Yep.
So 19 damage. Kind of hits him. Good.
And then I think as Dinar is running, he'll maybe call back to Kamari. A lot of bandits on these woods. In these woods.
No, not normally.
And that'll be Dinar's turn.
Okay. Good to know. All right, that brings us to the bandit. Dropping the crossbow. Since it's a heavy crossbow, it's not going to be worth it. For him to take the time to reload, he's going to just kind of jump over the tree and come rushing towards you, Torque.
All right.
Pulls out a long sword in one hand and a short sword in the other, and just kind of double wields and comes at you with a couple of swings. Very large-looking, gruff human, massively scarred face. Picture like just like a beefy, almost like a Conan type, like really, really muscular, very stout. Look at the muscularity. At the killing Laurel here. Come at you. All right, and since you did do reckless, longsword swing at you for a 24 to hit.
That'll hit, yeah.
So that will be it's only one-handed, so 4 slashing damage. And then the short swords with his other hand. That's a 1 and a 2 I rolled on an advantage.
So 4 damage.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Wow, that was
Just bounces right off the shell.
that was interesting. Yeah. All right. That brings us to Flick.
Do I hear or detect anyone else?
Go ahead and give me a Percepticate.
He did whistle, like he was trying to like signal.
Yeah,
other
like he was
people.
signaling.
There
other
was-
people.
You would assume that there's somebody else.
Yeah.
Not that you see. If they are pretty well hidden. I mean, wait, your passive would be actually. I don't know. I think passive wouldn't count in this situation. It's kind of weird. I guess it would, but
Well, if
either way, you
if
don't.
they're
you don't
hidden
notice
using
anybody at the moment.
stealth, then if their
Yeah.
stealth is better than my passive, then
Yeah. Either way, at the moment, you don't spot anybody. So
all right. Well, I guess I'll go. I will.
you just see Gruffy McBandit there. That's all you see.
I will give a warning to Talon and Kamari. Listen, I smelled something bad coming out of the woods here, so stay sharp. And
I
what
will.
direction am I gonna go? I'm gonna go like this. Then I'm going to bonus action Misty Step to here. Oh, Wow. I really can't get to him from here, can I?
It's Trixie.
Well, you're cutting off his escape, so
Almost like they chose this spot intentionally.
Well, walking through these bushes, is that difficult terrain or what are we talking here?
It is difficult terrain. There's trees, there's a lot of undergrowth. It's pretty closely grown together at this point here, yeah.
I guess Misty Step could have dropped me. Oh, wait a minute. Where was I before? I was here. Could see that square. Misty Step here.
Okay.
I still have 2 squares of movement left, which means I can crunch through the woods to get to there.
Sure. That gets you within 10.
And then I can whack him twice with the whip.
Nice.
Oof.
That one's better.
Yeah, a 27 will hit.
And 8 slashing.
8 slashing, nice.
Minimum damage.
All right. Is that it for Monsieur Frick?
Yes.
Okay. Do.
all right. Well,
So, Torque, before your turn.
yes.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hearing out, coming quickly out of the trees up on the top, you see a figure dressed in dark greens and blending into the trees very well. It kind of rushes out, and Denari, you're actually covered by the cliff. Tayland, on the other hand,
Uh-oh.
they're standing kind of right out in the open, so
Yeah, kind of.
they are going to,
Just a wee bit.
with incredible quickness, pulls out a longbow or shot and takes a shot, and as the first arrow is in the air, immediately gets a second shot off.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, shield, right, Captain?
Tayland is being attacked though.
Well, a
so
23
never
is
mind then.
definitely going to hit. Yeah, shield would be nice. Okay,
only 4,
I can take 4. That's fine.
and second longbow attack, 15 to hit.
That does hit.
That just hits, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does, yeah.
For another 7 points of piercing damage.
Oof. Yep. Ha! Oh!
And then they go back.
Hey!
Up above.
There's a guy in the trees.
There is also another individual
I'm seeing a lot of ranged guys.
who comes out and pulls out a weapon familiar to you, Talon. His pistol comes out
Yeah, that's mine.
and aims down at Torque. Oh yeah, this is advantage because you're still after you're reckless. 13 is not gonna hit you.
Just breaks against the shell. Or ricochets, I guess, if it's a bullet.
And then it's gonna move back to cover again as well. Torque, now it is your turn.
After that display of an attack, Torque is going to just look down at the man and say, "My turn," and enter a rage. I'll need a dexterity saving throw from the gentleman.
You got it. Oops, that's not where I wanted to roll it. Yeah, nope. That's a 3.
Okay, so to start, an appetizer of 3 lightning damage. As per my instinctive pounce, I'm going to move up to half my speed as part of the bonus action enter a rage. I'm going to attack twice, but for the first attack, I would like to make a shove attempt to try and knock him prone, because if he stands up, that should trigger the the booming blade, right?
No, I didn't hit him with the booming blade.
He didn't booming blade.
Oh, never mind
whipped.
then.
Yeah. He didn't get that off yet.
Maybe I should just attack then.
Yeah, and booming blade, you have to move from your space as well. So standing up.
Okay, never mind then. I'm just going to make some reckless attacks then. 17?
17 does hit.
Hooray!
I'd be very worried if it didn't, because that means this guy's beefier than me.
He's pretty beefy, but
That's gonna be 16 bludgeoning damage.
nice.
Can I, using my crusher feet, kind of push him this way, away from the bushes?
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm gonna, since I've got movement for days, I'm going to move my way up here, kind of pin him against the tree for my second
Okay.
attack.
Nice.
Kind of cut off his escape.
Nice.
That's gonna be a 13.
He manages to get both of his swords up, kind of in a cross, as he blocks your ball come down and just kind of directs it off to the side.
Well, I bet that looked really cool.
It did. You get the feeling like he's not a novice. Like this guy's been in some fights.
I think there's a little bit of grudging respect here. I think Torque is just gonna sort of nod at that approvingly.
All right, Kamari.
See what Kamari's got.
Kamari is going to. Let's see. She is simply going to pick out the only one she can see at the moment. She kind of like hesitantly like flaps her wings for a second, and then takes a look around and second guess for a second. So she is going to pick Monsieur Bandit here and Scorching Ray. Don't let me. Come on, we do it.
I am going to set you on fire now. Please don't take this personally.
No, this is very personal. She definitely wants it to wants him to burn. All right, so 3 rays of fire just kind of come up in her hand, and she just. I'm just gonna cast all 3 at this dude. So that's first one is gonna hit. Second one is not gonna hit, and third one. All right, so 2 hits. So that'll be 7. Ooh, okay. Not too bad. So 16 points of fire damage. The bandit, she just like 3 bolts of fire go flying at this guy. One kind of just misses wide, he manages to duck. The other 2 hit him square in the chest. It's kind of a sizzle. She makes like no facial expression or anything, but Talon looking over, you can see now that her brows have kind of like turned down, and there's like a ferocity there that.
Am I able to?
Expecting.
Am I able to ask her to do something during her turn?
During her turn, you can get off like a couple words. Usually as a free action, so.
Yeah, I would like to, and this applies to Dinar as well, but he goes after me, so it actually works out.
Okay.
Move further up, I'll cover us.
If you say so.
We need to get out of the open.
She'll kind of move over.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking somewhere where
Behind
she
the
has
trees,
some
I guess, here.
ideal. Well, what I'm looking for is for her to go somewhere where she can see all the targets really well. I don't care if it's in the open. I'm gonna fix that.
Okay, she'll kind of go over here where the trees are, I guess. Then.
Okay.
All right, Talon.
Dinar, you too. I'm gonna run out into the center here, desperately grabbing at the squeeze box, and I'm gonna start preparing to cast a spell. And when Dinar gets within 5 feet of me, I will engage the spell. But first, I'm going to begin with the song, and I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to Flick.
Yay! I like being inspired.
So when Dinar gets within 5 feet of me, I will enact my spell.
Okay. All right, so that's it for Talon. As you all engage into this obvious ambush now, Flick, the rot that you picked up suddenly begins to grow much stronger. And all of you notice from various points around the ground start breaking open.
This is a new
Festering smells and wounds and like pussy smell just kind of starts to emanate out. And you see hands gnarled as multiple corpses crawl their way out of the ground. Quickly animated.
Yeah, Dinar, you want to get over here right now.
Do those seem consistent with the undead we fought previously on
No.
on the red wake? No,
Nope, these are different.
I was hoping that would save us some time for the interrogation. Yes.
A rather massive one breaks the ground.
Hi.
There you are, just
Well, it's a damn good thing he broke ground over there.
Torque is just gonna look up, side eye, and just say, "I don't suppose you'd be willing to wait your turn."
Well, they are entering initiative now, so they're going to roll initiative for them.
I'm
It was
very
worth a
happy
shot.
that the big one is there and not where I am.
Is he wearing a necklace made of 2x4s?
Yeah, probably something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Weird flex, but okay.
It's a big fella.
He's a big boy.
Right, so let's.
We need a
Reorder.
cleric.
All right, Dinar.
Well, if Torque dies this fight, then I definitely know what I'm rolling up next.
So Dinar, Talon has called out for you to get over here, please, and you can see he's beginning to kind of move move the air around him and continuing to muttering a song under his breath.
Dinar is really wishing that he had a stupid plan that would save us all.
A stupid plan? You guys always have a stupid plan.
I know, but
It's our best kind of plan.
All right,
If you have to disengage, but honestly, I was kind of hoping you'd be able to throw an attack off first.
oh yeah, no, I'm
disengage.
I had plans, but I'm
Surprisingly,
gonna have to abandon them. So we're gonna go
Did not
5,
anticipate zombies.
10. We're
Glad
gonna
you're keeping your
go.
toes.
Okay, so I'm assuming the Wretching Corpse is going to attack you.
Times does this happen?
What? I
Are
was.
you
I was
disengaging?
here.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
I thought you were right in front of it.
No, I was right there.
There we go. Can't get into. Okay.
Unless I'm seeing things wrong on my screen, I've got a space between me and every other one.
Oh, okay. I was seeing you as right next to it, but maybe that was me.
You've got a space between you and the corpses.
Okay, so
Okay.
Dinar's gonna go 5, 10 to here.
Cool.
Um,
That'll trigger my my spell.
now,
Now the darkness comes and the stars above circle round like sharks at sea. Oh, and fog cloud.
oh,
okay.
shoot.
We are now considered invisible to everything.
Yeah, but can I see out of it?
No, you'll need to walk out of it. But you know what? You're safe.
That is maybe for the best.
Look, I'm seeing people shooting guns, firing crossbows and longbows. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be in the open.
Yeah, Dinar is a squishy boy.
Yeah, but Dinar needs sight. Sight. Okay.
Entire area.
Until we take some pieces off the board, Captain.
The entire area within a 20-foot radius around me is now heavily obscured.
So,
which means that we are considered invisible to anything looking in, but everything else inside is considered invisible to us.
how about everything that's outside of the fog cloud?
It's invisible. We can't see through the cloud. So what you have to do...
It's not invisible.
It's
hidden.
Considered invisible for purposes of... So disadvantage. So what you want to do is you need to go out of the cloud and then step back into the cloud.
Well, I've already burned 10 foot of movement, and I've only got 30. And I no longer know which way everything is, so...
Hey, send it on Talon. Could we make it like an aura or something?
I was going to say, throw a 20-foot aura on Talon.
Yeah, just so we're not whipping out the measuring tape so much.
I already put one up. Craig,
I see one.
Check the box.
Do you guys not see one?
No.
I see a white aura around him. Oh,
Can you guys see my aura?
I see yours, yeah.
Nope.
Oh.
No, Mike can probably see it because he can see everything.
Yeah, that might be it.
Should see it now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They were there from the beginning. I can confirm.
Look,
all
we're
right.
surrounded by zombies on all sides. We have a chance of surviving this now. It was either this or Wall of Water, and I figured this was the better option.
All right. Okay, let's do this. Craig, what time of day is it?
It's like mid-afternoon. Early afternoon.
Okay, so there's not really shadows.
It's bright. No.
All right. Well, I won't.
There's
get
some
extra
like
stuff on
the
it.
trees create shadows. Like there is shade in the trees and stuff. But
okay. Jeez, I had one plan, and then the zombies changed that plan, and then Talon
magic missile
plan. I can't. I have to see them.
Oh, okay.
I literally can't attack anything. So what Dinar is going to do instead, he's going to like throw all his components back in.
You can throw a tidal wave.
I don't have that prepared.
Okay.
And Dinar is going to reach down to his side and draw out his shadow blade, preparing for anything to get close enough that he can see it and attack it.
Okay.
So you're readying an action to attack or something?
No. I'm casting Shadow Blade. I'll just pop that up there so you guys can see what it is.
Cool.
Shadow Blade only a bonus action to cast?
Yeah, it is.
It is. But I don't.
So you could ready an action to attack if something comes near you. You'll have disadvantage, but
yeah. No.
Yeah, you can pull it. You can pull it and then ready your action with it.
Yeah.
Or you can just
okay, sure. Then let's do that. Yeah.
Guy, or...
I'll pull the Shadow Blade, and then if anything comes in close, I'll swipe at it with my blade.
Though I will point out, you're not going to know until they hit you.
I know. That's that's pretty much all Dinar can do. So he's maybe uttering some draconic curses under his breath at Talon for obscuring his vision.
Hey, I have some options. Look,
Talon, you just hear foos.
All right.
You'll thank me later.
That's yet to be seen.
As the massive corpse breaks out of the ground, the bandit now looks at Torque and goes, "Our turn."
Oh boy.
And he is
I like this bandit.
Your long swords. Did you attack? Whoop, that's weird.
It was reckless. Yeah, go ahead and re-roll that.
Okay. So the second one there, 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh.
That's gonna be 4 slashing.
12. Oh, well, that's not added. Okay.
No, it does two-handed and one-handed at the same time, so it's only 4-handed. 4 slashing because it's one-handed. So then.
Okay, so that'll be 2.
So 2.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Didn't do it. Why did I not do? Oh, it did. That's weird. Ignored that third one. 19 to hit though. Short sword.
Yeah, 19 hits.
For another 2.
Oh boy, he's really whittling me down here.
And he's going to.
Are you out of the 120s yet? Like I'm just.
I might need to sit down. I think Torque needs a breather.
He's just going to kind of move around to the side to be there. Flick. There is a massive corpse that's just like suddenly standing in front of you.
Question: are these tree squares here? Are those still difficult terrain?
Yes, it is a fallen tree. So yeah.
Could I argue for an acrobatics check to sort of tightrope walk along the tree branches that are lying on the ground here?
Go for it.
All right, that is my plan. I'm going to scamper along the tree branches.
Come on.
14.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So here's what I do then. I'm going to.
If Flick the Adventurer with a 14 can't run along a fallen tree, go home.
So I move there. Then I'm going to booming blade the big guy, like so. I'm going to throw my bardic inspiration on top of that. What is it? A D6, D8? Devin?
It is a D6.
Yeah,
D6, so yeah. 11 does hit, by the way.
I will point out that you can add it to spell damage, I believe.
Oh, cool. If the 11 hits, then I won't waste it on that.
11 hits. The 11 hits, yeah.
All right, so I will just booming blade him for.
Zombies are notoriously pretty easy to hit.
So 16 in total on that.
Yep, you can add it to your spell damage if you want.
Cool.
16. How much of that is? So 10 is slashing.
10 slashing, 6 thunder.
Okay. So the slashing is halved.
Oh.
Doesn't cut quite as deep as you would expect. So it's going to be 11 total.
All right. And then with a bonus action, I will whip the hardened bandit there. With a 21 to hit.
I'll hit.
Ooh, getting bigger. 9 points of damage this time.
Nice. Working him down. Oh, it takes another whip.
And I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm perched up there on the tree. I'm flogging guys. This is good.
All right.
So yes, if the hulking corpse moves, then he's going to take some extra damage.
Okay. Ranger's gonna pop out of the behind the tree up here, and let's see, what can he see? I guess he can't see Taylor, Dinar, and Kamari. Torque is engaged, so he's gonna pick Flick.
Right.
This is target, and he's gonna make 2 longbow attacks against Flick. 16.
That might hit. Let's
right, the shield.
Action shield says.
Roll your shield.
Come on, shield.
5 says that is a miss.
Miss. And second longbow attack. 17.
And 4 says that is a miss.
All right. Managed to get your shield up to block both of them.
Almost on its own, really. It's sort of moving to block these things, and I'm still just happily waving away.
You see him kind of like looking and go, huh. Spit in the ground, and then kind of move back behind the tree like, that was impressive. All right, let's see. Shooter's time. Now, similarly, he can't really see you guys in the cloud. So he's going to pick out Flick as well.
At
And yeah, he's just gonna take a shot at you here. That's 18 to hit.
again. Okay.
Oh, there's the one.
This time I'm gonna have to use shield.
Okay.
Turn my AC to a 19. Still a miss.
Okay. All right.
But
You notice that the bullet, the round, as it comes in close and kind of you get your shield up just in time, and you see it kind of explode around it. That there's like a green poisonous puff kind of bursts out from it. These are not regular bullets.
Good to know. Good to know.
All right, Torque.
Okay. Well, I only really want one dance partner at a time. Could the Hardened Bandit make a dexterity saving throw?
Certainly. 18.
Okay, so he's going to take 2 lightning damage.
Okay.
I'm going to make a reckless attack against him with my maul.
Okay.
It's 20 hits, yeah?
20 does hit, yeah.
So it'll be 11 bludgeoning damage.
Nice, he's looking really rough now.
I have a question, just sort of DM fiat here. But if I were to use my Crusher Feat to knock him into this unoccupied space here, would it be logical to say that since I'm like knocking him backwards, that he would stumble back over the tree and fall prone, or not so much?
He'd get. I'd say with that, he'd get a chance to kind of do a save to keep himself from falling over, because there's something there.
I'm going to still try and push him into that space, but
okay. I'll give him a dex save on that to see if he can avoid falling over. Yeah. So he kind of like stumbles back into the tree and kind of like steps up back on, like puts one foot kind of back up on the tree and braces himself, but he does still get pushed back, just not prone.
Okay. In that case, I know that I'm gonna probably eat an opportunity attack for this, but I'm gonna run up to the stump here and try to get one last hit on him from the top rope.
Okay, yep, so the hulking corpse is going to get attack with advantage on you, because
that's right.
That's a 23 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
That's going to be 14 bludgeoning damage.
Right down to 7.
Down to 7, as you feel that, like, it hits your shell, but you feel it ringing through your body, like, ooh, that guy hits hard.
Just gotta walk it off.
All right.
Yeah, and I'll make. Let me just adjust my hit points. And then I'll make one last reckless attack against this guy.
Okay. $22.
22.
That'll hit.
For 10.
That'll do it. All
I like to
right.
think I jump up on the stump and like use the curved part of the anchor, just like hook him around the throat, and then just kind of as I jump off the stump, I just pull down and basically just kind of fold him in half backwards.
Oh.
Just like, so his spine just goes like.
Yeah, you hear it. And he just goes limp. His sword just clang out of his hands.
And now if the ogre wants to follow up and approach me, then he'll trigger Flick's Booming Blade.
That's the hope. See how
Everyone's
clever
waiting.
his ogre is.
All right. That brings us to Kamari. And
She is currently surrounded by the fog cloud.
she is. She does not need to rely on visibility, however.
Ooh, excellent. I had a hunch. I was wondering if True Sight was still active.
That's a good point.
It is not, but she has other
Oh, okay.
persistently active senses.
Being an
She has
owl and all.
she has the owl's keen sense of smell.
Yeah.
I imagine we could probably find the corpses with our keen sense of smell.
Now, they are right beside her, so what can she do? Let's see. I think she is going to. Let's see, how close are you guys? just within range there. All right, she is going to drop a fireball.
Oh boy.
Great. I'll just spot over here so she'll get two of them.
Tim and Dinar just see a bright orange glow for a split second, and they're like, "What is going on?"
Oh yeah, but yeah, it's totally just like, oh, there's a fireball. All right, let's go for broke.
Hey,
29 points
that
of
is
fire
not a bad
damage.
roll.
How come the divination wizard has fireball, but the war mage doesn't?
It's not that kind of war.
Not that kind of war.
All right, so she doesn't actually kill either one of them, but they both take.
Oh, that's worrying.
They from the bush. They take 29 points of fire damage there, and yeah, she's still got her mage armor up, so she's just gonna kind of hang out there. I do not like these undead ones. Filthy. All right, that brings us to the Wretching Corpses. So first off, the ones that are directly beside her.
Ooh.
Oh, that's interesting, but it is a disadvantage, so because they're in the fog cloud. But 21 still hits, but it's not a crit, so she takes 13 bludgeoning damage though from one of them.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Slams into her.
that was like a fifth of her health. That was like a good 20%.
Second one is going to be 20 to hit, and she will throw up a shield on this one. She
Girl, you got wings. Get out of there.
doesn't want to take that one, so
Go up. Use the Z-axis.
the Wretching Corpse here can't see you. It still gets attacked, but it's automatic disadvantage because it's blind.
Aye.
So on disadvantage, 7 to hit you.
That is
Galen?
a critical miss, I believe.
It was a critical miss, yeah. This other one just kind of randomly kind of come over in this direction, thinking it knows where it is. And we'll take a wild swing at Dinar. He thinks. It thinks. It doesn't think. 19.
Okay.
That's okay. That'll trigger your attack. You'll be able to hit it.
Yep. No, I do have shield.
Okay.
So
So you throw up a shield on there.
because of my mage armor.
Well,
Can he-
you got to choose.
This is the thing. That's your
That's
reaction.
right,
So
yeah.
if you throw shield up, you will not be able to take your attack.
Right.
Ah,
Can't do your ready to action, so.
I will instead attack.
Okay.
I'll take the
So you take
damage.
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's not that bad.
No, it's not bad.
Save your spell slots for when the big hits.
And then I
when the
will
ogre wanders in.
use my my shadow blade attack. So I'm rolling this at disadvantage. Is that what I understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can't see it, you just kind of have an idea of where it is.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
You're both just flailing wildly at each other.
Opposite ends of the spectrum. I rolled a 1 and a 19.
Well,
That's
one
unfortunate.
misses automatically, so.
Yep. So that's a fail.
It is
God,
indeed.
Mike, why didn't you use shield? We were all telling you to use shield.
This corpse is going to come at you, Torque. That's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
This is messing us up, man.
That's going to be 18.
Holy
I got
crow.
down to 9.
So now to 9, yeah.
Boy, Dinar, you got really lucky there.
Yeah.
That's 7.
Yep. Jeez.
That's going to be 10.
Maybe shield is the better option.
20. This corpse can't quite get over to Fleck because it's going through difficult terrain there. And that's going to be it for their turn. So, Talon.
All right. Now, I know that Dinar is next to me on account of he ran next to me before I threw the spell up. I can tell that there's a zombie in front of me. To the very least, I could probably smell or hear it.
Yeah, you can smell it. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. All right.
You can taste it at this range.
Yeah, it's like.
Yes. In that case, with a mighty blast, I shall concoct a thunderous boom in a 15-foot cube to hit both of those Wretching Corpses. I'm just going to kind of throw a wide burst and see what I can
just
hit.
like lifts one leg. Blast!
I think you're thinking of Stinking Cloud.
They
that's
will
right,
need to
yeah.
make Constitution saves.
Con saves, eh?
Which I know they're decent at, but if it works, it'll be worth it.
The one directly in front of you is a 19,
Yeah, that's going to succeed.
and the one closer to Dinar is a 12.
12 is not going to succeed. As Thunderwave goes off. Boom! Dealing 20 thunder damage, or halved when they succeed, and the one that failed is sent flying away 10 feet.
I think for that we need a, if I may.
Sure. The thunder growled like demons, and the lightning stabbed the wave.
Put that thunder through there.
Yeah.
11 points of damage.
The thunder leapt forward from me like fury from the waves.
20 on the one that
Expand
failed.
the repertoire.
20 on the one and 10 on the other.
Yeah.
Before the stream, Devin said that he learned.
Sorry, okay,
Oh, sorry.
too much. I was trying to. I was doing your thunder. Throw that back at me again.
Should be 20 damage on the one that failed and 10 damage on the one that succeeded.
Correct. And the one that failed is sent back 10 feet.
Okay. Sorry, give me a second here. 10 feet. It's gonna be kind of in a diagonalish direction, so yeah, okay.
Yeah, just away from me, whatever direction works for that.
All right.
Oh, I was hoping I got the one in front of me. Oh well.
All right, that it for Talon?
I don't think I can use. I guess Bardic Inspiration works if they can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Here you go, Dinar. You can be inspired by that.
Ooh. Yeah, okay.
That's how you do it. Blind fighting, I call it. Oh, that would be a good feat.
Flick.
Yeah,
You hear a brrr, and just like a massive like tree trunk basically that this thing has picked up just kind of comes swinging down towards you.
Oh.
That's going to be a 21 to hit.
All right. So my AC shield is still active. So if the Axiom shield cooperates, then we should be good.
Yeah.
We're all right. AC is 25.
Nice. Nice.
Even as your shield goes up, like the force of the hit like reverberates through. It's like
Oh yeah, this was definitely
Ooh.
more of just a deflecting it away from me rather
Yeah.
than stopping the blow. Yeah.
it got some
There's a little,
strength to it.
little pep to that one.
All right. Top of the round, Torque. The bandit hanging over the tree, suddenly eyes kind of open. The body kind of twists and breaks and reforms a little bit.
Oh no.
Might need a double tap here.
As it rises and stank.
Oh, I see.
Dinar.
Oh. This is so bad.
Well, the good news is you can move away.
Yeah.
because
You can move out, make an attack, and then move in.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, I could.
You could go 20 out, to attack that 15 out, even to attack the corpse.
And then just go right back the way you came.
Right back in where you came from.
Multiple diagonals, though. All right. So let's go.
Naruto run out, attack, Naruto run back in.
Yeah. As long as you're inside the cloud, it doesn't matter where inside the cloud you are, you're covered under the same effect.
10, 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's go to there. From there, I can see a whole mess of crap.
You can throw your shadow blade, or
I can. Yeah, I can throw it.
Hey, are you in shade there because of the cliff?
Technically, maybe.
So you have a little bit
of shade.
Ooh.
By the way, peeing your pants is a free action. Just so
10, 15, 20. Let's go
So
to
it's maybe
25.
it's like a reaction.
Pants.
All right. Keeping his shadow blade in hand, because who knows how on earth that's going to become useful again. Dinar's going to step out, see the bloating corpse right in front of him, and just go. He's going to go full 4th level magic missile right into the back of that wretching corpse right in front of him. So this is going to be 6d4. I've only got 5, so let's roll the 5. That's a couple of 1s. That sucks. Okay, so 3 and 2 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. Plus 4 is 11. Plus 1 more. Another 3, so 14. Plus
6.
6
20.
is 20 force damage into this corpse right in front of me here.
Nice.
And then I think just because it's at a quick glance, as he's darting back into the clouds, Dinar's going to call out, "How we doing out here?" And then he's going to step back in, and that will be his turn.
Wait,
Now you've got it. I mean, he can hear you just fine. He just can't see you.
Hey guys, how are you? Good. Okay, bye.
what is going on in there?
All right, Flick.
Safety and security.
As chat says, safety, the best kind of safety.
I will start by. Gosh. Okay. I'm gonna hop down off the log to here. Then I'm gonna booming blade the big cat again. So that probably hits.
24, yeah, 24 hits.
He can enjoy. So that is 4 and 4, so 8 in total.
Have you used that inspiration yet?
Oh, I can add that to the damage, can't I? Sure, I'll throw that on.
Yeah, if you haven't used it yet, you can still do that.
Throw d6 on damage roll for another 2 of the thunder damage.
So that would be 10 in total. All right.
All right. Oh, boy. I am curious. How far away is Yeah, these guys are really bugging me. Hey, Torque, how you doing down here? You got this under control?
Yeah, I can hold my own.
Very good. Bonus action, Misty Step to here.
Ooh. Nice.
And then
There's
I'll
a map,
action surge and beat the snot out of this ranger here. Or can I get at him around the tree?
Yep.
Okay.
The individual is following Cobra Protocol, got a big mask up, can't see the face, gloves and everything, full on cover.
Oh yeah, I do want to be right up in his grill too because he's making ranged attacks, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
All right, so bonus action surge. First whip attack is
Nice.
That's solid 26.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
throw my Fury of the Small on this one. So he can take 16 slashing damage.
Cuts deep.
Final whip attack here is 21
Also hits.
for another 11 slashing.
It's
27 damage total.
Flick, as you just bamf right into this under the tree, and the Rangers are completely caught off guard, drops their guard for a second and just kind of looks, and you just lay in with a couple whip attacks so fast that the Ranger doesn't even realize it's dead. As it kind of stands there for a second and just like drops to the ground.
Sweet.
Nice,
I will
nice.
use the remainder of my movement to get out of this tree. And,
You killed like exactly the number of hit points it had. Like 27 exactly.
I will scamper over to here and get up in this guy's business because he was also making ranged attacks, and that was making me unpleased. Displeased. So yes, the Hulking Corpse has Booming Blade on him, so he will take an additional 3 thunder if he moves, and my turn be done.
Nice turn. Nice turn.
Okay, that was. There you go, man.
They're fun.
Torque. All right, Flick's like, come on, guys. What are you doing? All right, this is the shooter. Not quite as surprised as he watched you just obliterate his friend. Is going to.
I feel like at this point, he needs to cut his losses.
It's gonna make two short sword attacks. Just pulls out a sword and just gonna go for melee at you since you're like right there.
Like, you gotta get me those weapons.
You're gonna hit
14.
I think even
14 does hit if the action.
Oh, if you roll a 1, that's right. Or if you roll
or 2.
So
Nope,
no,
we're
you're
good.
good. Second is a 12, so that's
That will never hit.
You just like, whoa, hey, kind of dancing around. 10 off, eh? No, can't do that at all. Okay, yeah, just kind of hanging out, looking at you, like looking you down, trying to be intimidating. Torque.
Okay, I'm gonna start by making an attack against the zombie that's on my 12.
All right.
I'm going to attack recklessly.
Going the other way.
Nat 20.
Nice.
All right.
So that's going to be 24 bludgeoning damage total.
That should do it.
Yep.
All right. So
Not a crit, he's not getting back up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No undead fortitude for this dude.
He's gone. Deleted. And then for my second attack, I'll attack the one on my 6. Oh, 13.
Zombie, it'll hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So his AC is lower than when he was alive.
Yeah.
Moving a little slower.
So that'll be 14 bludgeoning. If I could also get him to make a dexterity save.
Oh, they're so good at that. Whoops. Apparently he is 14. Dang.
Well, he'll take another 2 lightning damage on top of what I've already inflicted. And
Oddly
for my
dexterous
movement,
corpse.
I am just going to position myself over here so that I'm still in this zombie's threatened area, but
Ring around the zombie.
Yeah.
I'm mostly kind of trying to kite the giant corpse to try and get him to A, move away from Dinar and Talon, and B, potentially trigger Flick's Booming Blade.
Finally proc my Booming Blade ever. Yes, that'd be great.
Gotcha.
Keep the attention off of the squishy casters.
All right. Kamari is going to finish them. They can't see her, so she can move away without triggering opportunity. So she gonna fly. Where does she want to go, though? That's my question.
I think straight up would be the best move right now.
Yeah.
Get a lay of the land.
So.
Yeah, fog cloud is a 20-foot sphere. So
Yeah.
around the edges, a little bit less.
Let's go. Yeah, she's just gonna go straight up 20 feet. Actually, she's gonna go up 40 feet because she's got 5 speed. Pretty good. She just flies up. Torque and Flick, you see Kamari just burst out of the fog cloud. Wings just flapping up above, and she kind of looks and surveys down, sees what's going on, and sees you guys got stuff in control here. This guy over here is hanging out all by himself, so she's gonna Scorching Ray on him, and she will do she's gonna do 3 attacks, all 3 on this dude.
Big boy.
So first one is 11, that hits because the zombie. 22 will hit, and a 24 will hit. So all 3 hit. That's beautiful. So 6, 11,
Ooh.
20 points of fire damage.
A lot of nice round numbers in this combat so far.
True.
Mm-hmm. Just another like 3 full blast. Fire bolts go down. She's gonna fly above there, surveying the scene. All right, that brings us to the corpses. They still think she's there, so they're gonna swing and they're gonna hit nothing. Nothing there to hit. The one by Talon is gonna wildly swing out. It's pretty sure he's still there. He tried to hit it. Threw a thunder wave at it, so it has a pretty good idea, but it's still disadvantaged because he can't see you. So 9. Ha This one over here sees a shadow and thinks that it's you guys, even though it's a tree. It's a zombie, so it's gonna starts hitting the tree. Yep, zombies are dumb, right? They're just gonna hit whatever's in front of them. The Wretching Corpse by Torque is gonna attack you with advantage. 16 to hit.
That'll miss.
Misses by 1.
Ooh.
The lucky duck. This guy will 10, 20. It's a stupid corpse. It's trying to move through the brush and doing slow. The hulking corpse will move.
All right. He takes I think I pre-rolled it, 3 thunder damage. Yep. On 2d8, 3 thunder damage.
And it's just gonna with ease, just walk right over this fallen tree and move right up into Torque's face.
Beautiful.
And will tree trunk Morningstar you with advantage for 22 to hit.
Mm-hmm. That will hit.
Whoa, what? Why did it only do?
So there's no way that's the damage.
That's a regular
Weird.
Morningstar.
A
That's not a
D6.
tree trunk Morningstar.
Yeah, it did more than that last time. That's weird. That's strange.
What's the modifier for it?
I was gonna say it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be 2d8. Why did it do 1d6? That was really weird. I gotta re-roll that. That's better. It's still low, 7.
Yeah, I appreciate that it was so low. Thank you for that consistency.
It's weird that it even
so-
why did it even roll a d6? It's
That's
a
strange.
2d8. This stupid D&D Beyond.
Okay, do we round down or up?
We always round. I think it's down.
Yeah, y'all's drop fractions.
Always
Okay,
drop.
so that's,
Yeah,
so that's 3 damage.
yeah. It hits you and it's like, wait, that's not the right damage. And hits you again. There we go.
Hang on, I need to fix my grip.
All right, Talon, you're up.
All right. Unfortunately, I have no idea where anybody is, other than the fact that there's definitely a zombie in front of me. And I guess all I can really do is continue to use AoE attacks, which is unfortunate because I'm only gonna hit one of them.
Yeah, got to use those Age of Empire attacks.
Do you have Thunderclap?
I
The cantrip
do.
version?
I do, but why would I want to use that?
Because there's only one guy.
Well, no. Here's the problem. I don't necessarily know.
Oh
what
yeah,
Dinar
you don't
has
know.
left.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
So I
can't
wouldn't
see.
want to. I wouldn't want to endanger him. So
For the record,
I'm gonna-
though, when I left, I called out to the party, so you would have
Yes,
heard me.
but that
20
doesn't
foot.
mean that you haven't come back.
True. That's fair. That's fair. Yep.
The point is, I'm exercising precaution over risk.
Devin is doing a good job of not meta gaming right now.
Correct.
So I appreciate it.
I will once
I
again unload a blast of musical energy in front of me, and it'll have to make a con save.
On save. 12.
Aha! That is a failure. Oh, okay. Well, 7 thunder damage, and it is blasted 10 feet away from me.
Which is going to knock it up against this tree. So it cannot go any further.
Yes. All right.
As far as it's concerned, the fog just slammed it into a tree.
Yes. And
But it can't even comprehend that because it's a zombie, so
it's a dumb old zombie.
it's a dumb.
And then I think I don't want to necessarily. I don't think I want to necessarily stand here, but I guess I'm better off here than anywhere else. I'm gonna hold off here.
Okay.
I don't want to use my last bardic inspiration. I'm gonna hold on to that.
All right. I accidentally moved my hulking corpse on the Wretching Corpse turn. I realized that, so its turn has already been done. So we get to the top since Dinar.
All right. Dinar's going to
I
take
was like,
a
didn't we
step.
just move? That was my bad.
Dinar's going to take a step back out from the fog. Notice that Blick is gone. And there's one less Wretching Corpse, and all of a sudden Torque is 10 feet further away. But being surrounded, so Dinar is going to...
Captain, aim for the big one.
Yeah, you're gonna! Dinar is going to throw his shadow blade to the side and dispel, and then he's going to grab an illusory version of Torque in his hands and spread his hands apart as he mutters some arcane words, and we're going to enlarge Torque.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
And then probably can't see Kamari over the sphere given the angle, so not really sure where she's at, but
She's 40 feet up.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, maybe okay. Then Dinar is actually going to move along the ridgeline here. So that was 5, 10. We're gonna go. Well, we'll stay there, so we're not too much in the open. And that will be Dinar's turn.
Okay.
You're not moving back into the fog?
No.
No.
Too much changed between
Like-
when I went into the fog and came out last time. I want to keep track of where everybody is.
I don't know. Talon's feeling really safe.
There you go. Flick.
My turn already, and this guy didn't stand up or anything.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. He did not.
Sweet. Well, I'm gonna beat up his friend now. I'm gonna start with Booming Blade. 10's probably not gonna cut it though.
And did not hit, no.
Is there anything I can do to fix that? Not really. Well, I guess I can whip him with my bonus action. Like so. 13, not much better.
13 still does not hit.
I wasted all my good rolls last turn.
That's too bad.
Dodges the first attack and manages to kind of block the second one. Bring his short sword up.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
When he drew his sword, did he drop his gun?
Nope, it's in his holster.
All right. Then I won't try and pick it up off the ground. I think I'm done.
He a gunslinger. He can move his guns very fast. Real fast. Shoot him again. Okay. And yeah, he's going to use his gunslinger feat actually to shoot you at point blank range without disadvantage.
Ooh.
Doesn't that suck?
Oh no, that sounds pretty awesome to me.
Well, the roll sucks though.
Aha! Now it's your turn to roll a 10, sucker.
Dang. Well,
Yeah, Flick is dodging bullets. This is great.
It's
Pretty much, yeah.
It's what's that movie? Equilibrium.
yeah. Gun kata. Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a cool martial art thing, whatever. So, he's going to risk the opportunity attack.
Oh, I'll gladly use my Warcaster and Booming Blade him.
Nice.
So if he wants to continue moving,
Heck
does a 15 hit him?
15 does not hit him.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Another 3 on the extra damage too, because I'm just rolling crap.
So he's just going to go all the way back out of range there. All right, Torque.
Okay. Well, first, if I could get the smaller zombie to make a dexterity save.
Oh, yeah.
I know I should be focusing on the big guy, but I just think it would be really funny if I killed the same guy twice in one fight. So I'm that is sort of motivating my decision here.
That is kind of funny, yeah. That's a 7.
Okay, so he's going to eat an entire 5 lightning
Hey,
damage.
there's a good
Roll
roll.
enchilada. Very nice.
And then I'm going to make a reckless attack against him.
There you go.
13.
13 hits.
Oh, thank God.
Zombies.
So that'll be 19 bludgeoning damage.
Finish him.
Nice.
I think because I already broke his spine, I just swing and it just takes off his entire upper torso. Like I just divide him on this seam that I created on his body the previous time.
16, 17, 18, 19. I don't think he can't even make that DC with a con save. So yeah, not even worth it. He did.
Torso, Flick just hears like a thump as a torso just lands in the bushes up here. And then with my second attack, I'm going to finally attack this larger fella.
Ooh.
26.
Oh yeah, 26 was it.
Can I just borrow your cast off rolls?
So 14 bludgeoning damage. And because we're the same size now, I can bully him with my crusher feat. So I'd like him to just move 5 feet to the south, put more distance between him and Dinar.
Okay. So your damage is. Did you add your enlarged damage to that?
Yes, yeah, I have a
Okay.
I have like a macro
So
for it.
14. So it's actually only 7. It seems to be resistant to the physical damage.
That makes 2
And you
of
will
us.
move 5 feet.
And since I haven't moved yet this round, I will just step over the remains of this guy that I've killed twice now and just sort of interpose myself between the large
Sweet.
corpse and the captain so he doesn't get any funny ideas.
Setting up Clash of the Titans down here, man. Here we go.
Let them fight! Jinx. Listen, it
All
was right
right.
there.
All right. Kamari has a good idea of where these zombies are beneath her. They're beneath me. She's gonna drop a fireball on them. Just because she's not enjoying this.
Hey, no complaints from
Oh,
me.
31. Even with a save, they're dead. So yeah, she's gonna drop both these guys. No chance of con saving that. So, but I can't. Come on. Are these guys dead? So again, there's just a tailing. You feel a little bit of the flames, like kind of burning through some of the fog, and Dinar flicking toward you. Just watch Kamari just like basically throw a fireball like straight down below her, and just like.
The bells all ignited, the captain's worst fear, as the fire consumed bow to stern.
20, 25, 30.
He's still singing. Talen's okay.
40. She's gonna fly kind of down here, just getting
The zombies
Eat on
echolocate on him.
what's happening over down here. All right, the
I kind of want to
corpses.
see a fireball in a fog cloud. That would look really neat.
One's gonna move towards where it still assumes that you are Talon, even though it's still gonna have advantage on this. So that's a 7 to hit.
And it does not get me.
This corpse is going to continue to attack the tree because it's stupid.
Good.
And 10, 20. This one finally makes it. After like
Welcome,
four
welcome
rounds.
to the party.
4 rounds. It's
So happy for you to join us.
now it is going to get this one on advantage though. That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Come on. What? Why is it? That's weird. Why is it doing that? My D&D Beyond is messing
Seems
up
to
on
like
me
switching
here.
to D6s for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
I mean, I
It's
know
going
we're
back to
taking a lot.
1d6 plus 1. Like, what?
We're taking a lot of chip damage this round. I know, but
Why is it doing this? I don't understand what's happening with this thing.
if you just re-roll the damage, does that do anything?
Well, it's, yeah, I don't know why it's...
Oh, whoops, sorry. I didn't mean to slam.
Okay, well, that'll be 7 bludgeoning, which is going to be
3?
3.
Okay, I'll just add that to D&D Beyond as well, so that everyone watching can see my current total. I mean, they've been chipping
Actually,
away.
no, sorry. They are, yeah, that'll just be just 2, so 1, because that first one is
Oh,
all it is. So yeah, that one does nothing to you. That one's okay. Yeah, I don't know. The damage is messing up on the Doom Beyond.
yeah, that's strange.
Get your act together, Beyond. Come on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get killed by zombies here.
Trying to kill them by the zombies. I mean, I'm not, but I am. Talon.
All right. I think I'm gonna move a little bit down towards some of the action, and after I have moved that 5 feet, I'm going to remove the fog cloud because I think it's been long enough, and I'm able to at least witness the fact that someone's been hurling fireballs into it. I'm relatively confident that whatever is in here is gone, or at least has been somewhat mitigated. So I'm going to take a chance removing it and see. Oh, actually, there's more than I thought there was. Oh well. That's okay. We're gonna make this work. I think what I'm gonna do is I just moved 10 feet. I'm gonna move another 10 feet into the trees here. And look over back towards the 2 Wretching Corpses that were behind me. And
Oh, what happened?
as the fog cloud begins to dissipate, I'm going to reform it into droplets of water and then cascade it down to wash over both of the corpses.
Okay.
And I'm going to require them to make a much better save, which is a dex save.
That should be hard for zombies.
Oh boy.
I would hope so. Well, apparently not.
Wow.
16 for 1, 15 for the other.
Wow.
These are like some Left 4 Dead zombies. They can
Yeah.
weave.
Yeah.
That's
All
right.
right. They take, that was a high roll too. They're going to take half of 28 bludgeoning damage.
So 14.
Wow.
Oh, that's so painful.
28 probably would have finished them too.
Down, down, and drowned and never found. Oh, I guess they're okay.
14 will damage. We'll take that one down.
Oh,
Hey, I got one.
But it gets to roll its con save.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's done.
Hey! Boy, that was a roller coaster. And
Yay!
the other one is
Yay!
reasonably still active.
It's looking like it's like barely clinging on it, like lost an arm,
Okay.
foot missing. You know.
Stormy oceans carry us to lands we've never known. I get a gust of movement myself 10 feet back from it. I guess I'll go over here.
All right.
There we go. If I can't see him, he can't see me.
All right. Oh,
There, you happy, Dinar?
Our hulking corpse is going to take a big swing at Torque. That's a natural 20.
Yeah, that just barely hits.
Clipped you.
Ooh.
The
That's gonna be a
23 down
23
to 11,
damage. Yeah.
which brings me down to 65.
Only, eh?
Even you feel that one, you know, like your rage is basically the adrenaline, like keeping you up on your feet. Otherwise, you'd be like, yeah, that would hurt.
Listen, I might not have the same damage output as Flick, but at least I can tank.
You're almost down to my starting hit points, so yeah.
Oh man.
All right, top of the round, Dinar.
All right. Fog cloud dropping. Dinar would probably be looking over his shoulder. About time I could see. Dinar will probably take a close look back at this guy, see that he's clinging to life. We see that guy already. And that guy is still up, obviously. So, I think Dinar is going to... Large is up, so I can't do anything concentration. So let's go... Dinar is going to pick 3 targets. No, he's going to pick 2 targets. He's going to throw 1 magic missile at the Wretching Corpse up at the top. He's going to throw the other 4. Because I get 5. 4 at this Wretching Corpse down here. So the first one going to the Wretching Corpse that's clinging to life up at the top.
Okay.
So this plus 1. Ugh. For a total of 3 force damage.
Okay, and it's gonna roll its
Oh, that does finish it, maybe.
undead fortitude. It does not drop.
Oh,
God.
Just clings on.
Just clings on. All right.
It should be down, but
The other
he's
4 will
undead,
go
man.
to the one on the other side of Torque there. That's almost max damage. So that's 3 4s. So 4, 8, 12. Plus a 1, 13, 4, 17. Oh, math. 17 damage to the one on the other side of Torque there. Force
So
damage.
17, 18. I don't even think it can get a 22 with con save. Or actually it can. Yeah, if it gets a 19 or higher. Nope.
It did not.
Almost an
It's very
18 on my
close, though.
screen.
Yeah.
That one's down.
And I think looking around, Dinar didn't see where Kamari went, so... Or wait, is she still flying?
She's flying over here,
Oh, okay,
like
she's
40
flying
feet
over
in the
there.
air.
Okay, so then
Yeah, you
Dinar
can
can
see her.
still see her. All right. Okay, well then, guess Dinar will take a step in towards Torque and just kind of shout out to the group. How many we got left? I only see a couple. That'll be Dinar's turn.
Okay. Flick.
All right, I gotta see if I can find. Oh, there he is. 1, 2. I think I can get to there. 30 feet of movement. Oh, wait, no, that's 30 feet of movement there. So, I'm gonna have to-
Take him down.
so I will whip him twice.
Legolas.
Bring it down, bring it
Hey, that's
Ooh,
probably
that's
it.
a nice roll.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And of course, minimum damage. Good. And second attack. That'll hit 2.
Very nice.
That's better.
19.
Okay. 19 damage total. Takes it. Still,
Oof.
you just can't really see the bar there, but there you go.
If I had been thinking,
Not too much.
knowing that I couldn't use my bonus action, I should have hexed it first. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Well, he doesn't like the way that this is going.
I can't imagine he would.
Looks at you, Flick, and just kind of gives a wink.
Uh-oh.
Wink.
And
I don't like a wink.
What languages do you speak again, Flick?
Common and Goblin.
So you do not understand what he says, but kind of says something to you, winks, and then a spell of darkness goes up around it.
Oh.
And you
Hey,
hear,
Kamari!
you hear some footsteps going off in the distance.
No, I want his gun.
Torque.
Would Torque have noticed that the hulking corpse does not seem to be taking very much damage from his attacks?
I'd say yeah. I mean, Torque usually knows like my damage does more. My maul does more than this. It's pretty. It's seemingly resistant to my giant anchor swinging at
Okay.
it.
That is going to recontextualize what I do this round. I'm going to move over here so that I'm behind this brute.
Mhm.
For my first attack this round, I would like to substitute an attack for a grapple check.
Okay. Okie dokie.
For 22.
It's just gonna be a straight strength. Yeah. Versus a 15.
Okay, now, weird question.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone feel free to jump in if you know the answer. If I were to then use my movement to drop prone, he would drop prone with me if I have him grappled, right? Because he moves to where I move him.
I don't think so. Because typically you would do the shove
No.
action to knock him prone.
You don't have him restrained. If you had him fully restrained, you could probably bring him down.
Could I grapple him and then with my extra attack attempt to shove him prone
Yes.
so that he's grappled and prone? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that then. So I'll make another athletics check with advantage because I'm big and mad. So it's gonna be a 24.
Versus a 22.
Oh,
yeah.
So literally Torque just gets behind this guy, arms around the waist, brings his huge
Suplex.
form up in a gigantic jerk.
Oh, you
Steady
froze
prone.
right. You just froze in the middle of that.
A
awesome
gigantic.
description.
Oh, German suplex.
Awesome.
And as the top of this guy's head hits the ground, I'm going to just shout, "Magic users, use magic!" And as a bonus action, could I also get him to make a dexterity save?
That's a 7.
Okay, so 4 lightning damage, and Torque is basically giving all of the casters around full permission to light him up.
Light him up.
You realize
light
you
'em
knocked him
up.
prone, giving me disadvantage on my ranged
Light
elements.
him up. I'm up. Fire!
Well, you know, the best laid plans.
Now I gotta get in close.
I mean, he'll probably want to attack me first because I'm the one that's got him pinned.
All right.
Yeah.
Kamari is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. She can get right up here. And she can, not much she can do without hitting you there too. And she doesn't necessarily want to hit you, even though you said like, go ahead. She's like, yeah, I don't really want to.
Yeah, this is the problem I'm running into.
So she's just gonna go ahead and she's gonna firebolt. Oh, but that hits because he only has 8 armor because he's a zombie.
Oh.
So that's a firebolt.
Very nice.
So she is. She gets to do 3d10.
Whoa. She's high level.
So 19. 19 fire damage. She just throws more fire at it. She likes fire, you gather.
I may have picked up on that, yes.
All right. Corpse.
Who doesn't?
5, 15, 20 gets to there only. Can't get close enough. That's the only corpse left other than the big one. So, Talon.
All right. Well, I'm still concerned about this retching corpse heading directly for Dinar. So I'm going to try and do something about that. And hope that Dinar is going to be the one to really dish it out to the hulking corpse.
I have an idea.
Yeah, I figured you would. The other option is I don't want to burn a bunch of spells because I don't know. It's only midday. So I think I'm just gonna try and finish this thing. I think I can tell it's like rather wounded at this point. It's near death, right?
Oh, it should have fallen last time. You saw it
Yeah.
kind of waver and then stand back up like. Ugh.
All right, you beastie. Fire an arcane shot at it. Why not? 18 to hit.
Yes, sir.
9 piercing damage.
That will
That's not as much as I was hoping
do it,
for.
unless that's a nat 20 and
Oh,
a con
come
save.
on!
So it takes the shot, like blast like half of its eye out in space, and it's still just like.
These things don't seem to want to die!
I have
on.
noticed.
Wow,
What are you goofballs doing over there?
that's 2 con saves on like using undead fortitude for this guy.
I think
that's amazing.
I heard a story once of a zombie that took 18 hits and just didn't die.
With the rolls, man. That's why they're far more dangerous than their 1/4 challenge rating implies.
I'm just gonna. Ooh, I'm gonna move a little bit into the trees there to put a bit more distance between it and me.
All right. Our Hulk is going to try and break out.
Oh shoot! Yeah, he goes before.
Come on, Dinar. You gotta kill that thing.
I gotta contest this.
Let's do.
Oh. 14.
I'm gonna
Uh,
for some reason.
Maybe. Wow.
Oh, there it goes. That was weird. The roll's like delayed. But anyway, yeah, it's just like can't quite seem to get up. Not sure how to move right now. Its head's at the ground. Its feet are in the air. It's like put me down. Dinar.
All right.
No.
Dinar, feeling a little, well, like we need to get this done. He's going to take a jumping leap up onto the tree trunk over here, and he's going to take a big breath in, and the scales on his tail are going to illuminate up all the way up through his throat, and he's going to use his dragon breath.
Yes, atomic breath.
It's atomic breath, which is radiant. So it's
Good
the
idea.
creature needs
Yeah,
to
it
make
is.
a DC save of 15.
What are
Con?
you aiming for?
Constitution
Con, right?
save.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm aiming for the hulking creature.
21.
Well, it is a giant hulking zombie. So
Well, my hope is that well, we'll see. All right, so it still takes half as much damage on a successful save. So now I roll, because I'm 6th level, I roll 3d6. Not terrible. So that's 3, 3, and 5. So 6 and 5 is 11. Radiant damage.
Which will be 22.
halved. Ooh. So it
No,
doesn't-
11 was.
It
Was
11
that
is
did you already have it?
no. So I rolled 11.
Oh.
I half
okay.
that down to 5.
So it'll be 11. It'll take the full.
Okay.
Because it's, vulnerable to radiant.
Because
So,
it,
hey,
My
And that's the
Only
only radiant
radiant
damage the
attack.
entire party can do.
yeah. I've been waiting for a juicy opportunity to use that. And dang.
It's all right. We're chipping away.
Yep.
Yep, we'll get there.
I guess seeing that was 5 to get up there, maybe 10 because it's difficult terrain.
yeah.
Well,
it
that's
would've
all
been
Dinar's gonna do
turn.
for now. He'll just he'll sit tight. That's my turn.
Let out your Godzilla roar. Flick. There is a cloud of darkness. Basically just pitch black dark. Magical darkness.
Do I have any sense of where this guy went, or is he just gone?
You have 0 sense. Magical darkness. Your senses can't penetrate through it. You did hear running away, so.
We got one that bolted. I'm coming back. Alright. Oh. Now, isn't this pleasant? Where are you? 25 feet away. Let me just.
There's a giant turtle and a giant zombie having a wrestling match in the ground.
give him
Oh,
the
but-
chair.
Oh wait, he's prone right now, is he?
He is
Yeah,
prone,
he
yeah.
is.
Oh, that changes things.
Apologies. Mea culpa.
Oh,
See,
hey, you know what? I'm 25 feet away, so I'm already attacking with disadvantage, so who cares? I will throw my
you go.
dagger at him.
Yeah.
I think it's going to give you double disadvantage. That's not a thing. Yeah. Go for it.
All right, so I got chuck a dagger like so. Oh, wait, with disadvantage. So does the 12 hit him?
Yes.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. So he can take 9 piercing.
There's only going to be 4.
Then I'll bonus action recall the dagger to my hand and make my second attack. This time I'll click the disadvantage button, like so. 15 hits. So another 4.
Another 4. All right.
That was move, action, bonus, done.
All righty. And that'll bring us to Chork. You just hanging on?
Yeah, this is gonna sound dumb as hell, but I think this might be literally the only chance I ever get to use this ability.
I think you've said
as-
that at least once every session.
As Torque has this giant zombie grappled and on the ground, Torque is just gonna retract his head into his shell and enable his shell defense.
All right. Yes.
Sorry. Before I do that, because that's an action, first I'm going to use my bonus action to force a dexterity save from this
All
guy.
right. That's a 7.
Okay, so he takes 3 lightning damage, and then I activate my shell defense. So, what that means is I go prone as well. However, my AC goes from 17 to 21. I have advantage on strength and constitution saving throws. I can't take any actions or reactions except coming out of the shell. However, because contesting his attempts to break my grapple don't require an action, I should be okay.
Does going into your shell require you to put your arms in your shell though as well? That's what I'm thinking.
There's nothing that specifies that, just that I'm prone, my speed is 0, I have disadvantage on dexterity saves.
Does it say that you drop things that you're holding, I guess would be the question.
Nope.
Then...
Guess no.
So I guess it's everything except my arms. My arms are still out.
So mechanically speaking, a grapple really only needs one hand. So assuming you just still have him grabbed, you just kind of suck your arm in. You still have your little hand.
It's just like a really tight. I'm like a giant backpack for this guy right now.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Kamari's just gonna throw another firebolt at this guy. 26 to hit. 3d10.
Nice.
Ooh, 21 fire damage.
Nice.
Excellent.
That's working him down nice and quick.
This corpse, which is still alive, bleh, bleh.
Oh, shoot.
Gonna make it up to Dinar. And gonna slam you. For 21 to hit.
I tried.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
For 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
It's like half your hit points, isn't it?
Pretty worse.
And then I gotta roll concentration on my enlarge, right?
Uh-oh.
You better beat 3. Or 10.
Sorry, what am I rolling here again? I apologize.
Con save.
Con save, okay, yep. I rolled a 14 plus my 3, so...
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Tatum.
All right. Dinar, are you good with that thing, or do you need me to try and hit it again?
I'm good. Deal with the big guy.
Can do. And I will reach up to the heavens as storm clouds will begin to form overhead. Black clawing hands ensconcing over the sun, lightning arcing between the fingers of the tendrils of the clouds before striking down right next to the hulking corpse. And I will need him to make a dex save.
That's a 13.
That is a failure.
Nice.
He takes emotional damage from being called a failure.
Ooh, do I want to?
Thank you,
You know
Steven.
what? Yes, I am going to. Let's just freaking kill this thing.
Woo!
It's 31 lightning damage. The wind it howled and the thunder boomed. Thought the storm might just prevail.
Would you mind, since he can't, his con save won't matter at this point. Describe the picture of this corpse being electrocuted to death.
As the lightning arcs from the clawed, blackened hands of the sky and sears into its body, it reacts violently upon where we're able to see its deformed skeleton momentarily before it is reduced to a smoking, crispy black husk and falls over onto the ground.
I mean, it was already falling over. It just stays down.
It slumps.
Yeah.
Nice. Nicely done. Is that it for Talon?
Yes. Unfortunately, I cannot do anything about the other one.
Dinar.
Finish it off, buddy!
So maybe for the first time ever for you guys, Dinar will kind of from his perch up on the
log?
Oh my words
Stump?
are so hard. Stump, thank you.
The stump.
Dinar's
You feeling
gonna
stumped on
Dinar's
that?
gonna whip around
Yeah,
and his right arm,
speech was truncated a bit.
right hand is gonna kind of open up and reveal his claws, and he is going to take an unarmed strike against the
Oh.
wretching corpse
Ooh,
that is right in front of him.
snazzy.
Dope.
That's the kind of war this is.
We brought out Dinar's claws, so you know it's a
You
good
roll
fight.
one.
I did. Is there anything? I don't think there's anything I can do for this.
That's a miss.
That's yes. There's a reason Dinar does not use his claws.
You like misjudged the distance and like. Oh,
I can't do anything with my inspiration to fix that, can I?
You could give yourself advantage.
Could I do that after I failed, though? Is that kind of cheaty?
Technically, no, but if Craig allows it, you can.
Nah.
I'll allow it.
All right, fine. Let's see if I roll a secondary one. I rolled a 15. So that's going to
That'll
do
hit.
1 damage, and I will... Oh, wait, that is the inspiration. So 1 damaged with my unarmed strike. I
Now,
have a feeling that it's just going to bounce right back.
seeing as it only has 1 hit point, all I need to roll is I need to get a 6 on his con save. So I literally need to get a 1 on this for him to fail.
Oh.
It's 5% chance. Aw.
Nope. You just like scratch like part of his face off. And it's just like does not go
That's
down.
okay. Flick can take care of
I was
this.
going to say, I think seeing that it's not quite dead, Dinar might be a
Oh.
little, help!
And I've got some bloodlust after losing that guy. All right,
All right, Flick.
talk to me about this hill. What kind of
You're looking at 20-foot drop.
20-foot drop?
Whoa.
That's less cool.
Whip the tree and swing down.
Go Spider-Man on it.
Um,
All right, let's say this. Between Flick, Torque, and Kamari, before this thing goes, and it's got 1 hit point. So Flick, what do you want to do? Torque, what do you want to do?
Full disclosure, when it comes to Torque's turn, he is just going to walk up to the zombie and then give Dinar the help action.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically I'm going to run and jump and try and scamper down the cliff as much as I can, but I want to use all my movement to end up here. If I have to take some falling damage in the process, I'll do it. But I want to
Yeah,
get within
just-
reach of this guy.
Give me an acrobatics. Not even a deck save, just acrobatics. I want to see you flipping off
Acrobatics,
this
see if I
thing,
can
man.
like sort of do a little ninja wall running down this thing. 19.
Oh yeah, 19. Definitely.
So I sort
Sweet.
of half surfing down the side of this cliff.
Sweet.
End up right there. I'm going to bonus action hex this guy because I forgot to do it to the other guy, so he gets it instead. And now I will whip him twice. So the first one will probably hit with a 21.
Mhm.
Turn on the hex and do some damage. So 15. Attack number 2. I am done.
Needed.
16.
I'm kind of rooting for this zombie now.
I know, right?
It's the Gary of the world.
Yes! Oh, sorry. I scared the cat.
All right. I'm done. I unleashed and he
Come on, Torque.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
well,
He's like a torso and a leg left. Like he's just like
Look, if all else fails, it's definitely going to die on my turn.
oh my gosh.
Gary?
first,
you say that.
I
First
did
order of
31
business.
damage on my last turn.
I did not attack or take damage last turn, so my rage
Correct.
is gone. I am still big. I can use a bonus action to emerge from my shell, which I'm going to do,
Boop, boop.
and then use half of my movement to stand up from prone. I'm then going to walk the remaining 20 feet of my movement over here. And I will use my action to give the help action to Dinar
Okay.
to attack the zombie.
I think Kamari, kind of sensing the scene here, is just gonna like hang out and wait.
You can do this, Captain. We all believe in you.
Now the corpse is going to go, so it gets an attack at Dinar.
It's totally gonna hit me, isn't it?
No.
I was like, it's gonna hit me. It's gonna kill my concentration. Torque's gonna shrink.
It misses because it has no arms left. Let's say that. Talon.
I think Flick and I just sort of exchange a look while all this is happening.
So
And
here's
it's just like,
here's what's going to happen. I'm going to ready an action. If Dinar does not kill it, I'm going to blast it with lightning.
okay.
I want to see what happens.
You got this, Cap.
Come on, Dinar.
You got this, Dinar. We believe in you.
You have advantage.
But I'm face to face.
Did you give him bardic inspiration?
I'm not wasting my last bardic inspiration.
Oh man.
You,
Come on, man.
You call this a waste?
Invest in. That's
This is
Kill
the
the
most
unkillable
important
zombie.
role we've
Oh,
ever
my
had in
goodness.
the game.
A waste is letting him kill it instead of using my level 4 concentration spell to just kill it.
All right. My turn.
Yeah. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Drum roll.
All right. Seeing Torque get close, Dinar is going to snap his fingers, and Torque is going to shrink.
Okay.
Dinar is then going to cast Shadow Blade again. He's
He's
going to pull out his Shadow Blade. That's like a
The dark
scimitar.
saber.
And then Dinar is going to make an attack against this zombie
You get advantage.
with advantage. I'd started packing my dice away because I figured we were done. Mistakes. Get ready for 2 1s here, boys. Okay, roll the 15 plus my 7, so a whole bunch into 20.
That's a hit.
And then I do 2d8. Where's my d8s go? 1, 2 d8s. Psychic damage.
Oh please.
That's an 8 and a 1, so 9 psychic damage to the. Yeah, that's it. 9
Alright, it's
psychic
got a-
damage.
It's got a 50-50 chance of making this save. I'm just putting that out there right now.
Never tell me the odds.
Hey!
Yes!
That really looks like a 17.
It does. That 3D dice is like a 3D dice is almost caught the way that's sitting. You just like
Beautiful.
the blade passes through it and doesn't hit the body at all, whatever, but you hit its mind, and this rotted, like barely hanging on zombie's brain just goes and just explodes and bursts.
And then bolts of lightning just continually slam down on it.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
And you know what I will do though? Instead of
Oh.
wasting my bardic inspiration, I will spend a first level spell slot to cast Unearthly Chorus to create a brilliant applause and cheering crowd.
As the last zombie finally drops, and you all kind of stand around looking, Kamari kind of hovering over the scene, and she looks down and just kind of surveys everything, and she says, I think we better make haste to port. This is very curious and strange, and I'm finding myself a bit angry.
Should we grab something here to bring back in case we can determine who these guys were?
Anything you can find, sure.
Loot the bodies.
Actually, Torque would kind of be on board with that as well. He'd like to search and see if there's anything that would give us any clues as to who these people were, why they were attacking us, why they apparently can command the undead.
All right.
Yeah, that's a mild bit disconcerting.
Yeah, I'm not expecting to find a business card or anything like that, but hopefully something that provides some sort of clue.
For dead raising needs, call.
Zombies are us.
While you guys
Alright.
are looking over the bodies, Flick is going to go back up the hill and sort of arms crossed, just sort of stare down that bubble of darkness that's probably still there and just seethe for a bit.
Seems like these guys work out of some local establishment called Frank and Stein.
Go ahead and give me some investigation checks if you would.
All right.
Can I just give the help action to someone else?
Sure.
My investigation is what we in the business call booty ass in quality.
Go for it. Who wants to do investigation?
I got a 9.
Well,
You got
Galen
advantage
roll
on this.
yeah.
Oh, do I? Okay. In that case, 3, so 9.
Dinar would like to check the ranger up on the hill if that's possible.
Okay. All right. Talon, you're not exact. You don't even know what to look for. You're finding a lot of rotting
Coins,
corpse bits.
Coins don't rot.
flasks.
Coins don't rot.
A lot of rotting deed to the entire town.
With that investigation, you don't find much.
I find my own
really.
flask.
Dinar rolled
Yeah.
a 17 plus my 4 investigation on the ranger.
17. Okay. You do find a pouch tied off with 300 gold pieces in it
Oh,
and a slip of paper with a single rune inscribed on it. And it's essentially a upside down V. It's like a triangle without a bottom and 2 horizontal lines on the inside of it. I'll draw it
bottom
for
of
you here. So it's like, hold on.
so a V
Like an A with an
an
extra
2
bar.
horizontal lines.
It's like this, and then, oops, nope, that's not the one. Ignore this middle one here. Except straight, because I can't do straight.
Okay.
So like this, like a mountain, and then like 2 lines. Just written in
guess while
black
this
ink
is
on a
happening-
small scrap of parchment inside the
Good.
pouch.
Could Torque speak to Kamari while this is happening?
Sure. Yeah, she kind of like floats down and lands.
You mentioned that there may be some individuals in the Ivory Spire who are less than trustworthy.
Yes, but none of them would deal in necromancy. When I say less trustworthy, not necessarily of this sort of evil. This I do not believe is the work of the spire, but something or someone else. It is troubling nonetheless, though.
Well, if you already distrust them, who's to say what they're capable of?
I suppose you do have a point.
To my knowledge, there was no one else that knew we were here.
If someone seeks
Yes.
power, regardless of what it would involve morality, I can't understand why they wouldn't also dabble in illicit magics. Anybody find anything?
Yeah, we found a bag with 200 gold and there's 375 each. It's great. Some money and this funny symbol.
Does
I don't
that
know.
symbol match anything with my 3 charmed necklace or the X marked platinum coin? Like, does it look similar in any way?
It doesn't look like anything you have seen
Okay.
before. None of you recognize it.
Kamari, does this mean anything to you?
I mean, it sort of looks like a mountain, but no, I have not seen that. Perhaps it is some sort of code language, I don't know.
Wonderful. More symbols. It's not magical,
More
is it?
research.
Not that I can tell. I believe we should make haste to port.
I have no arguments.
Double time.
You didn't happen to get that guy's gun and his bullets, did you?
No, that was the one that ran away.
Of course it was.
I think this one over here left a large crossbow in the bushes. Would that
Eh.
be sufficient?
Inferior technology.
I know that gun wasn't much good anyway. Couldn't hit anyone.
Let's get a move on. We don't want to be here in case there's more.
All right.
Wonder if Dinar could have noticed if like these corpses were placed here and then risen, or if they happened to be risen, like if they were corpses that were already here and were risen. Do you know what I mean? Like if they were placed, buried, and then risen.
Yeah, were they planted as part of the ambush, or
or this just happened to be someplace that they were?
You can give me a separate investigation check for that if anyone wants to take a specific look at the corpse holes.
I'll take a quick look.
Investigation, you say?
Yeah,
I'll give that a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try it if it's open to the whole group.
Well, let's do it. We can do a group investigation. So everybody roll.
Oh, I didn't do awful. That was a 16.
17.
I rolled a 19 plus my 4.
There we go.
That's gonna be hard to beat.
Well, he is the intelligence guy.
That is true. I'm working on
it.
Man. I'm working
23.
All right. So yeah, so between the four of you, looking at it, you do determine that they were already here. It seems as though this spot was chosen specifically for the reason, almost like this was a spot where dead things already were buried, and perhaps an old battle site or something along those lines. And
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there are just loads of corpses all over the countryside.
True.
But none of them were spellcasters as far as we could tell.
No.
These guns don't try casting spells, yeah.
So who raised the zombies?
Well, so Flick, you would know that.
Oh, yeah, I guess the one guy
shooter that got away.
Oh, he did a darkness spell.
He did
darkness.
So at the very least, one of them had access to some level of magic. Although he was using a gun, which seems a little odd, but
so maybe not a lot of magic.
I mean, I don't know.
I cast gun.
Talon has no reference for what is considered powerful magic and a not powerful magic when it doesn't come to the sea and sky or thunder.
I'll do a quick minor illusion of the dude's face for Kamari and say, "You recognize this cat?"
The gunner?
Yeah.
Shooter.
Shooty boy.
None of you recognize him.
Probably hired gun.
Recognizes. Kamari doesn't recognize him.
Likely hired mercenaries given some kind of power, I'd imagine. We should probably get moving before there might be more. If that shooter guy did get away, he may be getting help.
Yes, I agree. Let's get back to town. Much harder to ambush us in a populated.
Tell that to Runix.
Well, this isn't his town, so.
Are you sure?
As far as we know, yeah.
All right.
Well, I've already killed one person twice today.
As you prepare to leave the site of the ambush behind and make haste back to Evanport, that is where we will end tonight's session. And sorry, we didn't even get a break.
Oh yeah, I just realized. I was like, right into time for the break, right?
But no, that is it. So sometimes it happens, but that was good.
Ooh,
good times.
Breaks, all gas.
All gas, but yeah. So we'll pick it up next time, not next week, but the week after that, as we take a break for Valentine's Day, and we'll catch everybody 2 weeks from now, or if you're watching the VODs, and I guess whenever it is you watch us. But thanks for tuning in, thanks for hanging out with us, and until we see you next time, happy gaming, everyone. Good night.